Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Thursday, also known as Friday Junior around here. We are so happy that you're here. We're wide open. Good morning to all of America. It is 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. It is 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're locked in for the next 3 hours. There's nothing you can do about it except chill. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday Junior. What? Catch a vibe. Open up the window and let some of God's breath in. If it's chilly, if it's chilly, just let it be chilly. If it's hot, let it be hot. But then, close the window and then turn the AC on.
Amen.
I mean, God's breath can come through AC as well.
Amen. Come on,
I'm just trying to say. Good morning, America, and also to the rest of the world. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good morning again to you, especially in the Australasia area. Is my volume up on here? Anyway, I love you guys very much, and we're here with you every day. That's the thing. You settle into this rhythm where you know I'm gonna be with these people every day of the week. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. Cada día. Nosotros estamos aquí.
Ajá.
Nosotros estamos aquí. Abrido. Didn't you say abierto?
Bien abierto.
Bien abierto, wide open.
Yep.
Bien abierto.
We're really open.
Sí. We're really open, right? Ayer,
Sí.
yo fui en Macero.
Oh, fuiste a Mesero.
Sí,
A comer.
en South Lake.
Sí. Sur Lago.
Sur Lago, sí, Sur Lago. Yo hablé
Ajá.
en español solamente con mi camarero. Sí.
Es funny, también puedes decir mesero. Fuiste a mesero y hablaste español con tu mesero. That's so funny. Like, just
Y
class.
mi camarero
Sí.
es de Dallas, pero sus padres es de Durango, México.
Nice.
Sí.
Nice.
Y solamente en español.
Qué bacano.
Fui todo bien.
Wow.
Todo bien, sí.
¿Cómo te sentiste después?
Muy bien,
Qué
muy
bueno.
bien. Estoy tratando
Sí.
hablar
Sí.
con hispanohablantes.
Sí.
Como se dice, as much as possible.
Lo más posible.
Lo más posible. Entonces, estoy ahora intencionalmente.
Ajá.
I'm being intentional.
Yes.
Sí. Sobre buscando
Sí.
hispanohablantes
Sí.
restaurantes solamente
Ujú.
hablar en español. Sí.
Tienes que ir a The Mexican in Dallas.
El mexicano.
Ajá.
Sí.
Called The Mexican. So good.
Es
and y hablan español.
Pero tienes vegano.
Yo creo que sí.
Opciones.
Opciones.
Sí,
Sí, yo
sí,
creo
sí.
que sí.
Sí.
Sí, it's like very, top
Sí.
notch. So,
Vale.
yeah,
Sí.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm out here though.
So proud.
Everybody needs to know that I'm out here though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be fluent up in these streets. Y'all gonna think I'm Dominican. Y'all gonna start calling me Dominican Timmy up in this joint.
But they talk really fast. They're like, "¿Qué lo que, hermano?" No, mano.
There was a couple of times I had to tell them, like, can you just repeat that real
Yeah,
quick?
that's
Let me read your lips.
I have to ask them to slow down too. I missed you guys.
We missed you
I
too.
saw Noah was talking about social media. I was like, oh dang, Noah.
Yeah, Noah was talking about, he was just listening and like really taking it in. I thought it was dope.
It's awesome.
I love you guys. Roll call. What's popping? Where y'all at? Shout out to the 401 people already in the live chat. I love you guys so much. I know black. I Dominican, papi. Roberto, the way you wrote it is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Okay, Dallas, Texas, Southside, Paris, Tennessee, Stuart, Florida, Garland, Texas, Ocola, Florida, Allen, Texas, Antigua's in the building, Riverbank, California. I have never heard of Riverbank. Wow, okay. Culpeper, Virginia, Kansas City, Missouri, Damon, Texas, Newark, Delaware, Riverside, California in the building, Atlanta, Georgia, Davenport, Florida, Corpitos, Texas, Riverbank. Okay, Riverbank is, it's near Modesto. Ah, entiendo. It's near Modesto. Okay. So yeah, y'all going up on the north side of things. Doral, Florida, Southcom at work holding down the cubicle community. I have never heard that in my life. Shout out to the cubicle community.
Shout out to the Cubans.
Shout out to the That is hilarious. Port Hope, Canada, Denver, Anniston, Alabama, Duluth, Georgia, soon to be Cleveland. Go ahead and move then, Amber. Let's go. Greensboro, North Carolina, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Rockledge, Florida, Pembroke Pines, Florida, Moreno Valley, Ethiopia. Hi, Ethiopia. Mickey, I'm glad you're here. Not Cubicans. I'm weak. Inwood, Iowa. Janice, I love you. Ethiopia, what's poppin'? Trinidad and Tobago, St. Petersburg, Chicago, Illinois, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, London's in the house, St. Lucia, Valencia, Spain. Valencia, Spain. Vale. Buenas tardes? No. Buenas, sí, buenas tardes. It's the afternoon there. I have to come to Spain, but I'm going to Sevilla. When I go, I'm going to Sevilla. Waco, Texas, Bloomington, Minnesota, Chesterfield, Virginia, Austin, Texas, Anchorage, Alaska. Hello. Daphne says, hi. We already know. What's up, Malaysia? I love you, girl. West Melbourne, Florida. Tomball, Texas. Northwest Arkansas. Bartlesville, Arkansas. Or Bartlesville, Oklahoma, not Arkansas. Pittsburgh, PA. Funkytown, Fort Worth. Weatherford, Texas. Detroit is in the building. Malaysia, Jerusha is in the building. Aldie, Virginia. Woodstock, New York. Oh, we know the legendary Woodstock. Colorado Springs. Whittier, California. I know Whittier. Houma, Louisiana. Interesting. Mississauga, Canada. Hey, Creeben and Aaron from London. I love you guys. Upland, California. Albany, New York. Saskatoon, Canada. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Y'all giving me some chill vibes today, man. You know what I'm saying? These are some chill vibes. Ooh, that's good. That feels good. Oh my God, KMX is really part of the family. Roll call, where you at? On the toilet in Minnesota. All right.
You gotta go.
Man, when you on the pot still dialed in, that's in the live chat, that's the multitask right there. In our parents' generation, they used to just walk in there with a newspaper.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Come back educated on the whole world. They know everything going on in politics, religion, economics.
Yep.
Be like, what did you eat, Dad? And I come from the generation where there was no air freshener. You struck a match.
Ooh.
Yep. We used to keep them the diamond tips.
Yeah,
with the wood ones.
Oh, man.
Yep. I grew up with that. Jennifer White sitting at the kitchen table. Belgium. Cotati, California. Never heard of Ooh, that drum roll. Oh, my gosh. It's so nice over in here. Columbus, Ohio. Atlanta's in the building. Oh, this thing is dope. This is a great track. Nova Soda, Texas. We so glad everybody's here. Roll calls in the bag. We love y'all. Shout out to everybody, all of my Discordians. Just chilling out. Glad y'all are here. All right, man. So y'all know it's Thursday. Thursday is that part. Like the segments that we do today have to fit into that part. You know, that's what we're doing today. I wanted to pull up this story, talk about it. I remember hearing about it last week, but this is we gotta figure out what we're trying to do for likes around here. We gotta figure out what we're trying to do for people to subscribe, and it's crazy. U.S. YouTuber remains in custody in India after visiting a restricted island with a Diet Coke can. New Delhi. A 24-year-old American YouTuber who was arrested after visiting an off-limits island in the Indian Ocean with hopes of establishing contact with a reclusive tribe was further detained in custody on Thursday. Mikhailo Viktorovich Polyakov.
Killed it, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hooked on Phonics works for me. Will next appear before a local court in Port Blair, the capital of India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands, on April 29th. Polyakov, from Scottsdale, Arizona, was arrested on March 31st, 2 days after he set foot on the restricted territory of North Sentinel Island in a bid to meet people from the reclusive Sentinelese or the Sentinelese. I never know which one. I'm gonna go with Sentinelese tribe. He left a can of Diet Coke and a coconut as an offering for the tribe this time after he failed to contact the Sentinelese. He shot a video of the island on his camera and collected some sand samples before returning to his boat. First of all, can we just calm down real quick? What decade are we in that you are approaching a group of people and you leave a Diet Coke and a coconut as an offering?
That's hilarious.
Yo, he could have got shot with an arrow. It may be claimed to be an adventure trip, but the fact is that there has been a violation of Indian laws. Outsiders meeting Sentinelese could endanger the tribe's survival, said a senior police officer requesting anonymity, as he isn't authorized to speak about the case under investigation. But he did it anyway. Polyakov is suspected of violating Indian laws that carry a possible sentence of up to 5 years in prison and a fine. Visitors are banned from traveling within 3 miles of North Sentinel Island, whose population has been isolated from the rest of the world for thousands of years. Okay, I just want you to think about this. If this population of people have been isolated from the rest of the world for thousands of years, do we think a Diet Coke as an offering is a good idea? Their body could go into shock.
It's pretty crazy.
If you've been isolated from the rest of the world for thousands of years, you don't have soda. You damn sure don't have Diet Coke. Somebody's body could go into shock drinking that. Are you serious? The inhabitants use spears and bows and arrows to hunt the animals that roam the small, heavily forested island. Deeply suspicious of outsiders, they attack anyone who lands on their beaches. In 2018, I remember this, an American missionary who landed illegally on the beach was killed by the North Sentinelese Islanders, who apparently shot him with arrows and then buried his body on the beach. In 2006, the Sentinelese had killed 2 fishermen who accidentally landed on the shore. Child, please. I'ma stay away. An official from the U.S. consulate visited Polyakov in Jaro earlier this week. The U.S. Embassy in Delhi didn't immediately respond to a request confirming the visit or any further updates on Polyakov. Police said Polyakov had conducted detailed research on sea conditions, tides, and accessibility to the island before starting his journey. He stayed on the beach for about an hour, blowing a whistle to attract attention, but got no response from the islanders. Lord have mercy on my soul. On his return, he was spotted by local fishermen who informed the authorities. Yeah, they snitched. And Polyakov was arrested in Port Blair, an archipelago nearly 750 miles east of India's mainland.
Those fishermen saved his life.
They did. Dude, you just out here blowing a whistle.
Crazy work. Oh, that was it.
Bro.
And Tim, just to tag this, and obviously we want your reaction, there was another famous YouTuber, and he's been around for a hot minute. His name's Vitaly. He's kind of from the OG YouTuber age when they were going super viral, like him, FuzzyTube. He's one of the OGs, but he wants to keep going viral, right? He was recently in the Philippines, and he's kind of at that last stride to like, I need to stay famous. And he was just disturbing the peace, but on stream. So it wasn't even a pre-recorded vlog. They could edit it.
He's live.
It's live. So like anything you do, bro, is just evidence at that point.
Right.
So in the last 2 weeks, I think it was last week, he got detained and they want to make an example out of him. And I think he's going to be in prison for a long time. Who knows? And he still has a smugness about it. But everything was live. He was just disturbing the peace of the Philippines, which obviously is like some of the nice people in the world.
Before I even read this, I know you got it queued up. Before I even read this, can I just talk about the arrogance of Americans abroad? Can we have a very frank conversation about the arrogance of Americans when they travel abroad? And that we go to different countries and we play in other countries' faces with the same tomfoolery that we do here. And then when they get that rude awakening, they be like, I was just playing, I don't understand what. You can't go to these other people's countries playing in their face. They got different laws than us. And don't think, here's the thing, don't think the skin that you in got the same privilege over there that it has over here.
That part.
You the majority here. Them jokers is brown in the Philippines. Them jokers is browner in India. Don't think you about to go over there and be like, bro, I don't understand. I was just trying to communicate with the locals. With a Diet Coke, fam. If that person swigs at Diet Coke and goes into some type of shock, you're not going to be held liable? Because you curious about the rest of the world. You already know that you ain't supposed to be there and you go anyway. Child, you got to stop. Is this Vitaly?
That's Vitaly.
Okay. What will happen to controversial YouTuber star after deportation halt as he faces multiple criminal charges? What's going on here? Okay. A controversial YouTuber and prankster has been jailed in a Filipino prison, and his sentence will be made an example of. Lord have mercy, Vitaly is out of here. Vitaly made a name for himself on social media for his chaotic public pranks under his YouTube channel. The Russian-American streamer first gained attention in 2012, yeah, he is OG, for a prank where he posed as a homeless man scaring strangers, which later received accusations of racism. Over time, his views began to drop, and in response, his stunts became all more outrageous. Oh, I got so much to say about this. One of which involved Vitaly invading the pitches at the 2014 FIFA World Cup and the 2019 Champions League final, leading to a ban from him attending the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. However, his most recent stunt may most likely be his last. Damn it, Vitaly.
And from what I read, the prisons in Philippines are no joke.
Child.
Bro's toast.
Okay.
Sorry, let me just get this out the way.
No worries.
All right, boom.
Okay. Yeah, got to keep scrolling.
Okay.
Okay. What led to his arrest? In his latest video, the streamer was accused of publicly harassing bystanders around Metro Manila. Why would you go to the Philippines with this foolishness? While on his Kick live streams, Major General, Lord have mercy, you know you about to get time. Major General Nicolas Torre the third, Lord have mercy, this is the third.
There's a legacy.
There's a legacy of major generals. Okay, describe Vitaly as causing disruptive and inappropriate behavior towards unsuspecting and friendly Filipinos. We have read the online outrage and we coordinated with other authorities for proper actions against the subject. They ain't even naming that joker. He is just the subject. We cannot just let this incident pass. According to the Philippine news agency, Vitaly was detained by the Bureau of Immigration in Pasay. I hope I'm saying that right. Pasay City, at the request of Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. Vitaly is now facing multiple criminal charges, including unjust vexation. Oh, God, let that be a thing that comes to America. Oh, I wish somebody could get charged with some unjust vexation. Alarm and scandal and attempted theft. What happens next? Unfortunately for Vitaly, the situation isn't likely to resolve anytime soon. According to legal YouTuber Legal Mindset, the slow-moving court system in the Philippines means that it could take 2 to 3 years before the case even goes to trial. Oh, my God. Even after it goes to trial, some are predicting a sentence of at least 5 more years, suggesting that he'll be detained in the Philippines for at least the next 7 years. Calling him an undesirable alien. Oh my God, this feels like reparations. This feels like, oh God, this feels like some get back. Calling him an undesirable alien. And Interior Secretary Johnvic Remula noted the charges are serious enough to warrant holding him in the country, so deportation isn't likely on the table. He will remain there for now in the Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility in Muntinlupa while he awaits his trial here. We will not deport him. He will be held accountable under the law here in the Philippines, Remula stated during a press conference. A Russian American comes to the Philippines and belittles us. He belittled our laws, he added in a hearing. Authorities are also reportedly trying to track down the person behind the camera. Ooh.
Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, my God.
Ooh, they're trying to track down the person behind the camera during the live stream, who may also face legal consequences. Child, I would get up out of there. I would be up out of there. Listen, do not go around the world playing with other people's laws. They not playing with you. America be letting all this tomfoolery go on. You can't go to the Philippines and play in these people's faces. Listen, Philippines just put y'all on notice. Philippines just put y'all on notice. When y'all go to Philippines on vacation, talk to them nice. Huh? Philippines ain't playing with y'all. Philippines said, you come over here, you stamp this. If we stamp your passport, you better talk to us nice. Don't play it. You pull out your phone, you better take a picture of the beauty of this landscape. Huh? You better go to a beach and chill out somewhere. Don't come in here pulling out your phone trying to play in our face. Put y'all in jail for 7 years. Oh, you want to see our country? You gonna see the cell. You want to see the bowels of our nation? You want to see the large intestine of our nation? Sit in this cell. What the cell you think's going on here?
And they call it jail hell.
Dang.
He's trapped in jail hell.
That's crazy.
For 3 years before the trial begins.
That's crazy.
Ooh-wee. Where that camera now?
That guy is.
Hey, we got to stop playing with people.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That part. Stop playing with people. That part. You got to stop playing with people. Go to somebody else's country, you better calm down.
And here is a couple of photos of a Philippines prison system.
Dios mío.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dios mío.
Oh
It's
my
super sad.
Lanta.
It's musty in there.
It's nasty.
Oh.
Ain't nobody showering.
It's musty in there. Ain't enough deodorant in the world. Ain't enough.
Something wrong. Look at him.
They ain't enough aluminum in the world.
This brother's the kingpin right
Ain't
here.
enough charcoal in the world. Dios mío. Dios mío. It's stinky up in there. Shout out to 774 in the live chat.
Back to our stream.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Ye-
Hey, pull up. Okay, I think it was Singapore. This is years ago. Somebody got caned. Do you remember that story?
Yeah.
The caning in Singapore?
I don't remember when it happened. but
Caning
they-
American.
Yeah. No. Y'all got. I got to put y'all on game because
Caning
this.
of Michael Fay.
Yeah, because this is a whole generation later. But they got the story up. This is going. This right here though, this happened in 1994. Okay, so this is crazy. Oh, bro was born the same year I was. This is why this was such a like sobering thing when this came out in 1994. A court in Singapore sentenced a American teenager, Michael Fay, to be lashed 6 times with a cane for violating the Vandalism Act. Hear me, y'all. Vandalism. Do y'all hear the words coming out of my mouth? Vandalism. We got people graffiti in the wall, will graffiti your house and just key. And we just out there painting over it like these darn kids. They came, bro. This caused a temporary strain in relations between Singapore and the United States. Fay was arrested for stealing road signs and vandalizing 18 cars over a 10-day period in September of 1993. Fay pled guilty, but he later claimed that he was advised that such a plea would preclude caning and that his confession was false, that he never vandalized any cars, and that the only crime he committed was stealing road signs. Privilege thought it was going to work over here and it didn't. Although caning is a routine court sentence in Singapore, Fay's sentence garnered controversy and was widely covered in the media in the United States, as it was believed to be the first judicial corporal punishment involving an American citizen. The number of cane strokes in Fay's sentence was ultimately reduced from 6 to 4 after United States officials requested leniency, and the sentence was carried out on May 5th, 1994. Hey, peep game, no, peep game. The president even asked. This was on Clinton's watch, right? The president even asked, like, hey, can you go easy on bro? Hey, dude.
Leniency.
Singapore said, oh, y'all ain't gonna whip your kids? Oh, you ain't gonna discipline your kids? Say less, fam. We got them.
Yep.
Oh, your kid been doing this in your country? Oh, you thought he could come over here and do it in ours? Oh, you use a belt? We use a cane.
Oh my God.
Ouch.
We raising cane over here.
Oh.
Yeah, we raise cane over here. Yo, broke bro Rolf. Here's the thing. Y'all ain't heard of Michael Fay since.
Ever.
I've never heard of him.
Michael Fay didn't go on to do no reality TV shows. Michael Fay didn't go on to do nothing. Michael Fay got somewhere and sat down. I ain't heard from Michael Fay since.
That is intense, dude.
Yo, that cane.
Ouch.
They put that cane paint on, bro. Hey, but here's the thing. One and done.
One and done.
I've been to Singapore. On the actual customs card, it literally says drug trafficking is punishable by death.
Dang.
It's the death penalty. Not you gonna get locked up for having a little weed. You go over there with an intent. I'm not talking about you have like a little something. You going to jail for that. You going to prison for that too. But if you go over there like I'm going to distribute, I'm coming to Singapore to slang some drugs, they're going to kill you.
It's a
Wow.
promise.
It's a death. This ain't no threat.
Wow.
They took that little white kid. They said, come here. The parents, oh, please. America got involved. Oh, come on. It's one of our citizens. Please don't do this. They said, okay, we won't give him 6. We'll give him 4. Bro gonna learn his lesson. Come over here stealing our street signs.
I'm here for it.
You here for it. I'm here for it.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, America needs that.
They're cracking down as well in Japan. I've been watching like a lot of like the travel vloggers, right? And most of the time travel vloggers are super chill.
Yeah.
Because they're there to document the bar experiences, sake experience, ramen experience, sushi. It's way more cordial.
Yep.
What's been getting out of hand, obviously, now is the streaming. Because IRL, in real life streaming, has become super popular. You get they start clip farming. They do crazy things so that the clip can go viral, right? I was watching this one guy. He was doing bar crawl, and out of every bar, he's like, it took like 4 blocks to find a bar that'll let you film inside because all the bars now outside have the sign,
absolutely.
no streaming or filming allowed.
We don't want you playing in our face. Don't come over here.
Yep.
Don't. Why would I come over here for content? Go to Mississippi. Go to Montana. Get through all 50 states here first. Why are you going over there bothering these people and they culture? They will samurai slash you.
They really would.
Why are you playing with people? I would never play with nobody's country like that. For likes and subscribes? For virality? Oh no, we gotta stop. Y'all playing in people's faces. I'm not, not me. You won't get me.
I'm curious to know in Singapore what they do for like domestic violence, like people who commit domestic violence or like abuse what people sexually.
Yeah.
I'm curious to
Ooh,
know what
Lord.
that is.
Over there, that's probably
like,
death penalty too.
Do they castrate the men?
Man.
I'm actually for that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm like, I'm just so curious.
I was on a plane with a sheikh from Dubai several years ago. We're in first class. He was coming from somewhere, I won't even say. And I was coming from speaking, and we have this conversation. He goes, it is him, his wife, nanny, and children. Okay, and we're in first class, and he's a sheikh from Dubai, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. And he was just like, this is not first class. He was like, this is not first class. Have you been on one of our planes? Emirates. Have you been on Emirates? No, sir, I haven't been on Emirates. This is first class. This is not first class. We wind up having this great conversation. You know, I tell him that I'm a believer in Yeshua. He's like, you are a teacher. We respect teachers in our country. Wow. I am Muslim, but we respect teachers in our country. He was like, your country's too lenient. Your country's too lenient. This is why all crime happens in your country. He's like, I can go to the store to get ice cream. I can leave $10,000 on the hood of my car. I can go in to get my ice cream and shop for 5 hours and come out. The $10,000 would be on me.
Wow.
He was like, nobody steals in our country.
Respect.
Because if you steal in our country, we will cut off your head. We cut your hand off if you steal in our country. And this deters us. He said every Friday we have public executions.
What?
And as a family, we all go out to the public execution. And we make our children watch the beheading of such a person. And then there's no more crime. I bet there isn't, sir.
And what was your response?
My response is, yeah, damn right ain't no crime.
Wow.
That was really cool, though, like him saying that they respect teachers in their
They
country.
do, yeah.
And the love he showed to you. Like, that's really, I never heard of that. That's
Then he
amazing.
invited me to the country. He was like, I would like you to be my guest. Please take my number.
Wow.
I was just deathly afraid. I had been, I had watched too many freaking
Right.
Yeah.
American propaganda movies. And I thought if I called him, I thought my phone was going to be tapped and the government was going to be listening in. Like, why is Tim talking to a sheikh? And so I didn't do it. But child, after talking to him, I was like, if you have public beheadings on Friday, I guess nobody's doing nothing.
Ain't no one doing nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. That part.
No,
Beheading.
that's what I'm like. Oh
That
my
part.
gosh.
Public beheadings. That part.
Like if we had a law that like if you sexually abuse someone, you will be castrated. I bet you everyone would think twice.
If you lose everything, the penis and the testicles, hey, you're not going to do this anymore, pal. And we're going to make sure. We're going to surgically remove your penis and your testicles. And you're going to have the desire still, but you're not going to have the means.
Yep.
Stuff's about to change.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If raping a woman meant that you lose your member, rapes would go down.
Oh yeah.
Right? People would start they like, you know what? I want to. But when you have consequences, you see what I'm saying? When you don't have consequences,
that part.
You go further.
Yep.
When there's no consequences, you just keep going.
Test the waters.
You start testing waters that shouldn't be tested. Just saying.
You have such fun stories.
If women molest, they should do something harsh as well. I agree, Mika. I agree.
Both ways.
Yeah, it should go both ways. I don't know what the consequence is for the aggression of a woman. Maybe she loses her fingers.
Yeah.
You know, cut off both her hands. She can't give daps anymore. She can only give nubs. Is that?
I mean, no, you're right. That would be literal.
Come show me some nub. You can find me in the club.
Oh my god.
Pocket full of nubs.
Oh my gosh.
Pocket full of nubs.
Oh my god.
So come give me a nub
Oh my god.
if you're down for getting nubbed.
Wow.
Your Honor, she tried to nub me. I wasn't interested in being nubbed.
Oh gosh.
What did you just pull up, Hector?
So I just looked up on ChatGPT, like what countries have like some of the most extreme consequences for any abuse and rape.
Okay. Several countries around the world impose extremely harsh consequences for rape and abuse, ranging from long-term imprisonment to capital punishment. Here's a look at a few countries known for especially strict or severe penalties. Saudi Arabia, of course.
First one.
First one.
Death penalty, life imprisonment, severe corporal punishment.
And they got nice first class too.
Based on Sharia law. Now, okay, yes, and men get away with a diabolical amount of abuse.
Chauvinism.
Oh, it's not. It's demonic. It's demonic.
There you go.
Okay. Who's next? Iran. Okay. Who's next? Rape is punishable by death in Iran. India, 10 years to life imprisonment. Okay. Who's next? China. Indonesia.
Chemical castration.
Whoa, what was that?
Chemical castration? What does that mean?
Chemical castration.
For child sex offenders, like to gas them out or lethal injection? Who knows?
A lethal injection to the penis? Pakistan. Singapore, I told you. It's the caning for me. I'm for a country that'll whoop you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In public?
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
I'm for a country that will whoop you. Like the thought of like a national whooping is like, you know what I'm saying? Like something you should have got as a kid,
Bro.
but you got time out your whole life, and the government is like, you know what? what never happened is you never got that whooped, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm censoring myself, right? You never got that class whooped. And now get over here. You know what I'm saying? You about to have to lean over the government's knee. And we gonna crack that back. Huh? I'm for some caning around here.
Don't spare the rod.
Don't spare the rod, spoil this doggone child. We ain't heard from Michael Faye since.
Bro's been chill.
Michael Faye came back and probably got a nice job, got married, huh? Pays his taxes, huh?
He's the CEO of Raising Cane's.
He's the
Not me falling for that for a second.
the CEO of Raising Cane's.
Crack that back, it says in the chat.
Wow. Unbelievable. Anna Banana on Discord. Unfortunately, in Kenya and some African countries, it is a thing. In some deeply rural areas, it is a deterrent against promiscuity amongst the young ladies, teenage age. Nothing like this against the young boys, though. That's disgusting. Yikes. Yeah, and I am aware of that. 24 years after his caning, Michael Faye has a beard and is a casino manager. Why?
Okay.
Why? Why does he have a beard? like, why is that even news? Hey, 24 years later, want to give you an update on Michael Caine. He's grown a beard. Like, what was it? Was it hard for him to grow it? Like, why was that? Why is it even a thing? Why is this even a thing? Michael Faye was like any other clean-cut, good-looking 19-year-old until he ran into trouble with the law in Singapore in the early 1990s. His caning here sent ripples around the world. After all, it wasn't every day that a small island state canes an American teenager, much less for 50 counts of vandalism. Almost like, can you believe they did this to this kid? For 50 counts of vandalism? It wasn't one. He had destroyed a bunch of cars and everything. Defaced them, not destroyed them. Defaced them.
Looks great.
Handsome beard.
Double chin.
Nice little.
That chin is
Oh, he
terrible.
has a puppy.
That makes it better.
Sorry, no, it doesn't.
The
I
puppy-
was just focusing on the
Really?
dog.
The
I
puppy-
love dogs. I'm sorry.
The puppy don't want to be there.
No, he don't.
Wow, wow.
I'm like, I'll take
Puppy
it.
looking up at him like, you the one got caned, didn't you? We heard about you in the kennel.
We heard
I'm
about you
dead.
Oh my God.
We heard about you in the kennel.
We got a new Tim Ross song, by the way.
All right, so I went to let me set this up. I was in Washington D.C. with Christopher Broussard. Christopher Broussard is one of the co-hosts of First Things First on FS1. He had a men's conference. He's a great disciple maker. Has a ministry for men. And I went out there to speak. After it was over, there's a guy named Adam Coleman. I didn't recognize him, but I had just been on a YouTube live stream. Shout out to my Harley Initiated guys, Ryan and Tayshawn. And Adam Coleman comes up to me and was like, hey, bro, I was with you on that pod when we were talking about atheism and all this kind of stuff. And he's an apologist. He's brilliant. He's like, but I remember you as Anonymous Who? And I said, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute, bro. What are you saying? He was like, I had the album you came out with in the early 2000s. I said, hold on, bro. If the Lord says the same, because that was the title of the album. If the Lord said the same, he's like, yeah, man, you had a song on there that was like very, very vulnerable. Like I had never heard a rapper ever be that vulnerable in a song. And like it just really blessed me. But I used to rock that thing heavy, bro. And I'm sitting there bugging because I'm like, there's not a lot of people that have that album in the world. I'm like, how did you even get it?
Yeah.
He was like, I copped it from, I can't even remember. Anyway, he was like, bro, I played that thing. I wore that thing out. Like, it was so dope. He was like, but that song in particular, it helped me to open up and be vulnerable. Now, y'all got to understand, this is 22 years ago. 22 years ago when I came out with this album. And it was like, I think I still have a few at the house. I'm gonna, and I when I say a few at the house, CDs. I'm like, let me get the CD, burn it, and I'm gonna send it to you. So I got the CD, I burned it, I sent it to him. He immediately goes through all the songs to go find. He was like, it's track 12. It's track 12. That's the one. Wow. That's the one that, like, that's that song. So I wanted to play it for y'all today so that y'all could know how long I've been doing this. Even in my rap, even when I came out with this album, vulnerability was at the core. Transparency was at the core of who I was, even when I was trying to have a rap career. The name of the song is Can't Tell Nobody. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yes, sir, I'm back. Anonymous who? Let it be known, my man Puma is the truth. This is what I would like to call soul music. When you put your soul in the music. Watch what we do. They think I just rap. What makes them think that? I survived countless amounts of pain to just rap. I could write about slang and cane to just rap. I can steal homies' chains, bust gas to just rap. Nah, I'm more of an artist that rolls past the garbage. Put content in my writing so y'all can be enlightened. I carry this around with me the same way mom carried around the baby boy. Almost had a life destroyed. Refused to have abortion so I could spit these rhymes. Her body was contorted as I pushed her spine. Dr. Montgomery told her it was me or her. Cause if she tried to have me, she would die giving birth. But moms believed in the God that she found at church. And if it came to killing me, then she would rather die first. Needless to say, I'm here spitting on this verse. Mom survived, you can find her front row at church. Yeah, I can't tell nobody that though. Yeah, man, I'm giving you the real. I didn't get shot. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sell drugs. Thank God. I ain't been drunk. I got something to say. Every rapper has a story and they all the same. No pops at the house, so now I'm slanging cane. Nobody loves me, so I decided to bang. Well, my story's kinda strange, goes against the grain. I had a mom and a dad, now ain't that strange? Lived in a decent house, city job, local clout. But all of these things and common amenities couldn't keep me from the danger that the neighbor did to me. I got molested when I was 8 by a dude across the street. I can't tell nobody because I might get beat. I can't tell nobody, my older brother holds heat. And my pops got a temper, made myself not remember. But this track caused flashbacks, I need to face facts. What happened to me then doesn't change my path. It just changed how I respond when I change with that. I flow on deeper levels, it's not simply rap, nah. It's not simply rap. But I can't tell nobody that though. That's like too much, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it would be better if I had shot somebody. Then maybe they would play it. I don't know. Most of y'all probably thinking that's TMI. But I'm tired of all these rappers that be telling me lies. I won't get into specifics cause my pen is too gifted. I battle on mixtapes and this ain't it. I just wish we could all just be ourselves without the phony labels for the album sales. But my story's non-fiction, I can only be me. 3 albums ago I told you about them fake IDs. I'm a walking poet. Your ears are the cups and I pour it. It's too much for you to ignore it. You might not like my style, you might not like But somebody out there got a story like me. We just have to wait and see what the truth will be. Cause not telling nobody don't make you free. And I just identified from you to me. My whole generation's molested by this music scene. Woo. Yeah. Now run, tell that. Anonymous who just gave you the truth. Man. I feel cleansed now, you know what I'm saying? I feel a lot better. I got that off my chest. We'll see how hip-hop responds to that. Can't tell nobody though. Keep it a secret. Shh. Don't tell. Don't tell nobody. If you tell, I'ma get you. If you tell, I'ma beat you. If you tell, they won't look at you the same. If you tell, they won't like you no more.
Yeah.
Anonymous who?
Anonymous who?
When are we dropping this tempo?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I
that
had
was it.
chills.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
Chills. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was that's 22 years ago. I wrote that. It was like as soon as my man Puma is the one that made the beat. Shout out Deonis Cook. He made that track. As soon as I heard the sample, I already knew, oh, I gotta actually share my molestation on this track. Cause I can't write till I hear the track. The track is actually saying something in sound that I put words to. So like I don't have like a bunch of raps just written and then I'd be trying to throw them on like, let me see what beat can fit this. Nah, I have to hear the track first and then the track informs me what to write. And so as soon as I heard that sample, I can't even tell nobody. I was like, oh yeah, I have to. This is the track I've been waiting for to share this on. And so, yeah, first one was about my mom. The first verse is about my mom, you know, not aborting me. And then the second verse is I got molested. And the third verse is we've all been molested. Physically, mentally, relationally, audially.
Yeah. And
I just, what did I say at the end? And I just identified from you to me. My whole generation's molested by this music scene. 2 Live Crew molested us. Nelly molested us. Tip Drill molested us. The video molested us. The song molested us. We all been molested by this music scene. R. Kelly molested us. Musically, before he did it physically. So yeah, that was 22 years ago. So I just wanted to play a receipt. I've been on this. That's all I'm basically trying to say is I've been on this. I've been on this. So that was it.
I think one of my favorite parts is hearing your younger voice.
Mm-hmm.
It hits different.
Yeah.
Hearing your younger voice.
Yeah, young Timmy
tell
was
you a story.
Yeah, young Timmy was a problem. Young Timmy was a problem out here in these streets. But yeah, I just wanted to put that on.
That was fire, dude.
Thank
you
you.
for sharing.
Yeah, just wanted to put that on notice.
Are we dropping that for people to download or anything like that? People are asking. I want to hear it again.
We can sell it.
Derry's looking at me like, what are you doing?
Um,
I'm kidding.
I could give it to the members.
Hey.
Members only.
Jack.
Yeah, I can give it to the members.
We're going to let it live on members. You
Yep.
can listen to it
That's awesome.
anytime you want. And We'll even put in a downloadable link for you to have it, so you can have it on the go. But obviously, only members can see that description link. So if you become a member, we'll make a little video about it, and you can have the song.
And that's not to get members.
Right.
That's to thank members.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Absolutely.
it's
The current members are getting it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. That's to thank the people. That's not to get members. Like, oh, I'm gonna put it for No, this is to thank the people that have just supported us. Whether you started supporting us yesterday or you started to supporting us as soon as we came back to YouTube. So
And the chat's already like, "Yay, thank you."
yeah, no, I love you guys. I love you guys, and I appreciate you. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so yeah, that was it. I
was
just
awesome,
wanted
dude.
to, and I got some more that I can put out as well, but
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
yeah, but that
absolutely.
one right there, it's like I just needed y'all to know, because he reminded me. I ain't thought about that album, let alone that song. I forgot the name of the song. I couldn't even remember the name of the song. I knew what song he was talking about. I didn't even remember the name of it until I had to go get the track and load it up, and then I was like, oh, can't tell nobody. I remember Can't Tell Nobody. So yeah, I hope. Again, I've been on this for a long time. That's all I was trying to say with that track. This is my life for real, for real. I've been on vulnerability.
So you said you dropped it in 2024, or
I dropped it. No, I dropped it in 2000. I think that dropped in 2003.
where was Young Timmy in 2003?
Young Timmy was in the booth. Like, I was recording a lot of music. A lot of mixtapes and a lot of music. So, yeah, I was doing mixtapes. I was doing all kind of stuff.
You already married and doing ministry, or not yet?
Yeah, I was married in 1999.
Got it.
So, 2003, I was preaching, rapping, and doing stand-up comedy.
So cool.
I was doing everything.
You were hustling, bro.
I was doing everything.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know which one God wanted to bless. I didn't know which one God wanted me to do. So I was doing all of it. If I'd have known Lecrae back then, it would have been a wrap.
Would have been over.
No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? But well, I don't want to assume. Yeah, no, that's my cousin. We would have been smoking it. And I have heard for years and years and years, you sound like Jay-Z, you sound like Jay-Z, you sound like Jay-Z, you sound like Jay-Z. It just coincidence. You know what I mean? Like, I love Jay, but we both talk. You know what I'm saying? We talking to you. We trying to tell you something. Like, we ain't over here trying to razzle dazzle. Some of his joints, you know, tongue twisting and all that kind of. I ain't doing none of that. I'm just talking. So yes, I've heard that, and it is what it is. It's a compliment. You know what I mean? They could be like, you sound like Flavor Flav. That wouldn't be good. Yeah. Wow, you know what? I didn't think about that. Miss Tia, would you consider letting Lecrae do a remix to it now? I didn't think about it. Okay. You know what? Let me send it to him. Only one way to find out. Right?
Also, someone said you're still preaching, you're still doing comedy, and you're still rapping. So
It's
you're still
so
doing
true.
it.
Yes, yeah. What has
I
changed,
love
right?
that. I so love that.
What has really changed? All right, let me just I know we're about to hit the 10 o'clock hour. Let me just send this to Cuzzo real quick. And then oh. Yeah, let me get the file. Can't tell nobody.
Is the file the one in our group text? Just so I can properly upload it to the members. Members, it's coming your way. I will do it during the phone call hour, and then I'll upload it after 12, so y'all can have it.
Hey, Cuzzo, I love you. Hey, I did this song 22 years ago, and it's just, I pulled it out as a receipt on my morning show. just to show how long I've been talking about vulnerability. Listen to it and then let me know what you think, and then let me know if you want to do a remix to it or update or just like a 2025 version of vulnerability. Just like, I know you've done vulnerability songs. I'm just saying, like, this joint though. Okay, love you. Bye. Just so you know how voice notes go between cousins.
I like the pauses.
That's what we be doing. I'm trying to think. All right, y'all. Y'all see that time. This music should get you all ready to throw your hands up and say wide open. Ladies and gentlemen, wide open. Our phone lines are wide open. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next 2 hours, we are wide open on conversations. No conversations off limits. Questions, comments, concerns, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. Here's what we guarantee. You will be fully seen, fully heard, fully known, fully loved, even if you're not fully agreed with. And I also guarantee I may not have an answer, but I do contain and create space where you can feel safe to say whatever you want to say. Who's our first caller?
My brother, you are on the line with Tim Ross. Please introduce yourself.
Uncle Tim.
What's up, my guy?
What's up, man? What's up? This is crazy. I never thought I'd, actually meet you one day. This is crazy.
No, I love it, bro. It's good to see your face. What's your name?
Terrell.
Terrell, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. Thanks for calling in.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you. So before we get into the question, man, I just want to say, just thank you, man. Just as a lot of us feel like, you're like our digital mentor, basically. You know what I mean? So there's not a lot of platforms out there where people show up with their hearts in their hands, and ready to just give you everything. This is our first time meeting, but people hop on here and they're like, hey, how you doing? Love your face. What's up? And then they're like, yeah, well, my stepdad abuses me. And I'm like, yo, how are you so quick to but that's the type of platform that you guys have. And I just appreciate it.
Thank you, man. No, I appreciate that, bro. I do not take it for granted. It is not lost on me that happens. And we just try our best to steward it. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem. So I know you probably touched on this before, but my question really is, how do you stay on fire for the Lord? And not only stay on fire, but how do you stay on fire even when you hit those spiritually dry places? What I've realized about myself over the past few years is that I will be on fire for the Lord, showing up to church, serving, going throughout the week, prayer services, all that. And then I'll hit just random spiritually dry place. And then eventually leads me to going back and making those old habits and being stuck in my flesh, sowing into the flesh is basically what the Holy Spirit told me.
Yeah, it's good.
And so it's just how do I kind of keep that fire, or just not let my spiritual dryness turn into sin and rebellion and stuff like that. And on top of all that, I do have a call in my life, and I'm not going to super spiritualize it or make it complicated, but I do have a call in my life to preach the word of God, whether that be in a preparing a sermon and preaching, or whether that be outside talking to people about Jesus. I do feel that. And I would hate to be fully walking in ministry and being hitting these dry spots where I'm being rebellious and I'm doing things that I know I've been freed from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't want
to
go to church and somebody say, hey, pray for me. And since I have the gift of words, I know what to say.
Right.
I want it to come from my heart. I want it to come from an actual place of, you know what I mean? So I know that was a difficult question, but yeah.
No, I'm tracking with you, bro, and I appreciate you trusting me to process it with you. So, as you were talking and talking about the fire, what I imagined was a fireplace, and when you first start the fire, you get the wood, stack it all up, start burning it, get a nice roaring fire going, it don't matter how on fire that fire is, it's going to start dying out.
Yeah.
So the issue is not like the fire dying out. The issue is, do I have enough wood?
Dang. I mean, start running around my job right now.
That the question is, okay, I had a stack of logs to start. Do I got enough logs to keep tossing in here? And that's the question when those dry spots come, what are we tossing in? Because I've been saved 29 years. You will not be a roaring fire. You will not be roaring on fire for God for 29 years. You know what I'm saying? We just want to make sure the fire don't go out.
Right, exactly.
And so even when it gets down to those embers, I just need to know, do I have enough embers that when I poke it and I put 3 new logs on, can the fire start back up again?
Right.
And so the question becomes, I think my question based on that picture is, what is quenching your fire?
I think I know the answer to that.
Okay.
To be honest with you, sometimes I wake up and I feel a certain way, like depression, anxiety, or whatever, and I get in those mind frames more than I am in like, how can I explain this? I would rather sometimes wake up depressed, and I would rather be in that depressed mindset rather than trying to push through and be in a spiritual mindset, push through and just bring my depression to the Lord.
Got you.
But instead, I isolate myself from Him. I get in those funks where I'm not going to church and I'm this, that, and the third. And it's like, hate putting myself in that repetitive cycle.
Yeah,
you know
for sure.
I mean?
For sure. Yeah, man. Okay, so that's really good to know. So let me give you an example of how I get through that type of day, which I can completely identify with because I've had them, right? So I wake up in the morning, I'm depressed. I don't feel like doing nothing. Guess what my prayers are about?
What's that?
I don't feel like doing nothing. Literally, I'm up in the morning, I'm like, Holy Spirit, you're going to have to help me today because I don't feel like doing nothing. I don't feel like doing none of this today. Like, and I'm not getting like no spiritual zap to where it's like, oh, I asked the Holy Ghost and no. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. So guess what? He's with me in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't normalized what it is to walk with Jesus on a dark day.
That's what it is. That's what it is right there.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you feel
Yep.
like if I have a day where I'm depressed and I don't wake up like, good morning, Holy Spirit, and I want to grab my Bible and cut on Tasha Cobbs and, you know what I'm saying, go into a worship fest, we feel like, oh man, I'm far from God. I'm not in the right mindset. So then you don't want to pray. And then so you start backing out of the very moments he wants to be present in.
That's good.
Right? Like Elijah runs from Elijah runs from Jezebel's threat and wants to die, and God sends an angel to cook him some bread. like, you know what I mean? Like, hey bro, get up. Like, you know?
Right.
And so I have learned on those days, I'm not just my dark depressed days, on my rebellious days, on my fleshy days when it's flared up and I'm like, I don't want to be here right now.
Yeah.
Is that any different than David in the cave of Adullam? That he wasn't in the cave of Adullam having revival services.
True.
He was in the cave of Adullam having survival services.
Mhm.
Send out the spies, make sure this nigga Saul ain't on my neck.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? This dude was, all his psalms was, can you take care of my enemies for me?
Yep.
Like, can you break their
Yep.
teeth? Like, I wake up every day in pain. My enemies surround me. He talking about Saul. He talking about the Philistines. He talking about his own
Right.
son sometime.
Right.
These are dark days.
I didn't even look at it like that. I think maybe I'm just trying to throw too much Jesus glitter, as you say, on everything. Maybe it's just too much Jesus glitter. Maybe it's still submission, even if I don't feel like submitting.
That
You know what I mean?
and bro, that's a prayer. Like this is the type of stuff that we read in Psalms because it's canonized. We think it's like above whatever we would write, but it is that. It is waking up going like, I feel like watching porn today. Like, Lord,
Yeah.
man, you lucky you found me, because if you didn't, I'd be masturbating all morning. Like
Absolutely.
I would take care of myself, and you know what I mean, have a nap
Right.
and a bowl of cereal and be fine. And this is where I am today. This is where I am today. I don't see no difference in saying that and Paul going, can you please take this storm from me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'd really appreciate, like, I really do think you've already showed me a lot of stuff, but I really think I can serve you better if you take this away.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus himself responds and says, my grace is sufficient.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's, I agree with all that. It's I think it's really just in my head more than anything. You
For
know what
sure.
I mean?
Absolutely.
So, even trying to really understand God's voice and hearing the whispers of the Holy Spirit, I hear things sometimes that I know it's not God, but sometimes it's hard not to believe. So it's in my mind, and sometimes it's like I'm putting myself through torment until I get to that place, the rock bottom, and then I'm like, all right, well, I miss God. I miss being in a secret place. I miss praying and interceding for people. I miss doing this. And I got to work, like you said a couple weeks ago, when Peter jumped in the water to swim to Jesus. You said that sometimes it takes work to get back to Jesus, but I don't want to keep doing that.
Understood.
I don't want to be somewhere trying to tell people about Jesus, and I'm still struggling with all this craziness. So
yeah, for sure.
it definitely does depend on me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And again, I can identify with it, man. It took me years to demystify what this relationship with the Lord was supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Because some of my greatest faith heroes, right? I never miss my quiet time. I never, I read my Bible every day, and not just for sermons. I do it for this, and then I find out they got a side chick, and I'm like, nigga, what? You never missed a quiet time, and the Holy Spirit never tapped you on the shoulder and said you shouldn't have a baby mama?
Right.
Like, what? So somebody's lying, right? Either you're never having a quiet time, right? Or sometimes your quiet time is at your side chick's house. Somebody's lying about something. And what I realized is very few people, I can't say nobody, but just nobody in the circles that I was around, nobody normalized a bad day. Nobody normalized temptation.
Right.
Paul did. Paul normalized it, but like nobody I was around normalized it. It was like, if you're still tempted, then you must not be in victory, because freedom means the lack of temptation.
Right.
Which 1 Corinthians 10 don't say that, and neither does Jacob 1, that we call it James, but Jacob 1 don't say that either.
Right. Right.
1 Corinthians 10, there is no temptation that is overtaking you but such as common to man. Jacob 1, every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lust and enticed.
Yep.
God doesn't tempt anybody.
Right.
So
It's no good thing dwelleth, or the flesh dwelleth no good thing.
That's right. So
It comes from our desires.
So what I have learned over the years is to be honest about the things I'm tempted by, and to keep that present before the Lord, my wife, and my accountability.
Right.
Because the stuff I'm tempted by is going to always be the stuff I'm tempted by. I'm not going to be tempted by stuff I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
The example I've used for years on this is if we go to a restaurant and they put calamari on the table, I'm not going to have a problem at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like calamari. You can drizzle it in all the marinara sauce you want. You can squirt lime on it. You can do whatever you want to that doggone calamari. I'm never going to be enticed by it. I don't like it. I don't have an appetite for it. It's not a thing. If you put Dutch apple pie a la mode on that table,
yep.
And the way I like it is, I like when that pie is hot and that ice cream is cold.
Yep.
And I like to see the ice cream submit to the heat of the pie.
Right.
I like to see it turn. I like to see the ice cream cream.
Yep. Yep.
And then that's when I want to eat it. If you put that on the table, that's my temptation.
You forget about those watermelon and walnuts.
That's exactly right. I will forget. Okay? And I don't care if this is non-dairy ice cream or a cow that y'all got in the back. I will want this ice cream right now. That's a temptation. That's going to always be a temptation. I need to be aware of that. And on the day that I desperately want that apple pie a la mode more than I want to be in the presence of God, I've learned that's when he wants me in his presence. Because that's true worship. True worship is, I just chose you over the thing I would choose over you. I thought I couldn't come into his presence horny.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I couldn't come into his presence petty. I thought that I need to be rid of that. And he wants me in his presence like that.
Just as you are.
Just as I am.
Because I'm still choosing him, even if I got all this other stuff.
And that's true worship.
I gotta go. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. I honor your time. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you do. Sometimes I just needed a different perspective about all this, and it definitely helped me out.
Nah, man, I
appreciate it.
I'm here to serve, man. I love you, man. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
Love you too, man. You too. Shout out to the whole team and everybody, man. Y'all be blessed.
All right,
Love
you
you,
too,
brother.
man. Love you. Peace.
All right. Thank you again.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. We gotta help some people, man. We gotta help people. Like, this is like, I get geeked about that. Like, when you can normalize vulnerability in his presence. Like, in his presence, there's fullness of joy. Like, we be doing these soaking sessions. Like I've been in the soaking sessions, right? You go to church and we just gonna soak in his presence, right? If you think I've been that every second of that soaking session, I'm thinking about Jesus and his wondrous works, I'm hungry.
Bruh.
Starving.
I want Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
Right now.
Right? A random pair of titties floats across my mind. Random. It ain't even Juliet. Just
Shout out the tits.
titties.
Shout out.
That's
Why?
real. It's real.
Because my brain,
Yeah.
I polluted my brain with porn. And then I got to be like, oh, Jesus. Like, you know what I mean? But that's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to soak in his presence and then, sicker than your average. Wait a minute. Why these hypnotized lyrics coming?
Yeah.
Where's Tasha Cobb's Break Every Chain? Right? Like, can we just be honest?
No, for real. Task list. Going through task list.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Did I keep the stove on? Did I cut off the iron after I?
What am I
Not-
going to do after this? Yep.
Did I leave my keys in my? Like, you ain't soaking for 3 hours just thinking about Jesus.
The eye roll. It's the eye roll for me.
Sometimes like a foot will pass by for some people.
Because of their foot fetish.
They're into foot fetish. That's like a real
I
thing.
mean,
Hector
yeah,
just had to get that in there.
What happened?
Hector just
He's like, I don't know
his
nothing.
his
you mean?
intrusive thoughts won
I just
on that one. Like, titties. He's like,
1 foot.
sometimes a foot. No, thanks, Hector. Okay. All right. Who's next?
We got Miss London pull it up. London, you are on with Tim Ross.
I'm not laughing. Why you do?
We turned the video on London already laughing.
No, I'm saying. I'm right here. I'm live. I'm live.
I love you, girl. How you doing?
Oh my God. There's so much I want to say.
We want you to say
But
it.
I just want to start off by saying, hey, Uncle Tim,
I love you.
what's happening? What's popping?
I love you, Nisi.
Life treating us good, isn't it?
It's out here. We out here.
We out here.
We out here.
I want to take us down memory lane for a minute because I was one of the callers when y'all had like y'all did the voice notes in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the callers that like did this little song.
Okay.
At the beginning and at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
And then when you came to Atlanta, I was the first person to ask a question.
Got you. I do remember.
And
Oh, yeah. Yes, I
London
remember.
Monet.
Yes, I remember. Yes, I remember you. I do remember you. Yes.
Yes, sir. So you mentioned I talked briefly about a little bit what we're going to talk about in depth today. I do want to reference the first caller real quick because it put me in a spin that I wasn't ready for.
Okay.
Because I'm an empath
Yep.
and I have a lot of emotions.
Yep.
But basically his name is the same as a person we're going to be discussing. So the person we're going to be discussing is BD.
Okay. Got it.
So I'm gonna read a poem that kind of is like a context, gives you a little bit of context, and then I'm gonna say my question.
Done deal.
In the comforts of my home, I allowed a thief to come in via people who were familiar. It took my time, my pride, and my peace. See, this is why I prefer to be lonely. As I yearn for community, they test me, complaining over celebrating, looking at their phones while we're conversing. I shut down to give them grace. As my mind races, my heart aches. Looking for understanding in all the wrong places. My parents did their best to make it happen. Walking wounded, so I'm used to seeing survivors. So much that my heart cries while my face looks unbothered. A value connected the experience to a memory. That memory then turned into priceless jewelry. I was sheltered and naive. I was bullied while still talking. I was the abuser in their relationship. I was raped and got the abortion. I was mad and grieving. I was petty because I was still healing. If you were to ever ask me, why didn't you not shrink? My answer will always be, pest I mourned thee.
Mm-hmm.
So, my questions are, moving into my 40s, what kind of mindset do I need to have moving forward? My second question is the difference between being aware and overly being self-critical. And my third question is, am I making the right decisions for my son?
Okay. All right. 40s. Where?
40s?
Yeah. Where are you 40?
What do you mean 40? I'm 30. I'm about to be 30.
Okay, but you said, but it sounded like you said moving into your 40s.
Oh no, 30. Sorry. I'm
30.
turning 30 in June.
Okay, oh, awesome. This is I was about to say, where you 40
See,
where?
me and Julie have the same birthday, 24th.
Oh, Juliet?
Yeah.
Yeah, Juliet. Okay, that's dope. Okay. It sounded like you said 40, and I'm looking at your face. I'm like, where you 40 at?
I'm sorry. I'm nervous. My heart sometimes comes to my mouth and it just messes up. I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me? Don't apologize. I just wanted to make sure I was clear. Okay, so moving into your 30s, the question was what should you be focused on?
Yeah, the type of mindset.
Mindset in the 30s, this is not like a cookie cutter thing. I want to disclaim that first. I hate when people do that. Like your 20s is this, and your 30s is this, and your 40s. We're all individuals and we all have to navigate different things. Based on that poem you just read me though. Based on that poem you just read me. The 30s for you should be about resolving what has happened to you in the past and curating the type of relationships you want in the future by being very picky and choosy about the relationships you have in your present.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get to pick your family. You chose to open up your heart and love. Got your heart broke. Been misunderstood. Parents did the best they can. Dealt with the pain. About to step into your 30s. I want you stepping into your 30s going, I have resolved what happened. What happened in my past does not define me. I will not walk around bitter. I will not walk around petty. I will not put myself in a prison. I will love again, but I will choose very, very what word? I would choose wisely, very, very wisely.
Yeah.
Who I have as friends. I will not use that word lightly. I will not use that word flippantly. I can have acquaintances, but friends are going to be different. That's a whole different criteria. And I don't need many of them.
Yeah.
I don't need 10 friends.
I don't.
Right?
No, I don't. I'm an introvert. No, we're not doing
Yes. Give me.
No, too many.
I need as many as is in the Trinity. That's you already had it up, right? I need as many as the Trinity, right? Give me 3 and I can go my whole life. I'm Gucci, right? I don't need all
And
this.
I always had a fight with trying to figure out who, like, to have that discerning spirit.
Yep.
It's been very loose in the past because
Understood.
if it seems like this person cares, okay, cool. If it seems like they actually care to get to know me, but it seems like every time I've been able to have some type of attention,
Mm-hmm.
it's always the wrong attention. Or
Mm.
it's always somebody's around just to push my buttons and see if I'm gonna react. Because I've never been in a fight.
Yep.
I'm not the one. I know they be in church talking about like who's our Peters. I'm chilling. I don't want no smoke.
You're
I
John.
just want to come and then there you go.
You're
I'm just
John.
like, hey, let's have a good time.
Right.
We can play a competitive game, but I'm not gonna be competitive.
Right.
Like, so,
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Yep.
so that's moving forward. I just want to make sure because all of my friends, sorry, all of my friends, I have questioned over the years.
Mm.
Like I've been like, I don't know if I trust y'all, all of the things. Um, and I've confronted them about it kind of in due time. And I've been friends with them for over 5 years, but I'm always kind of timid because in relationships of any kind, I'm always the person to bring stuff up. I'm
Mm.
always the person to I don't want to say like start anything, but it's just like I'm sorry. I'm so nervous, but I'm trying to speak.
You're fine. I'm tracking with you. Take your time.
Um,
Hey, what are you
yeah.
feeling? What are you feeling right now? What are you feeling right now?
Sorry, it's so much. I'm just gonna say what's on my heart because
Please,
I'm
please.
trying to do it. You know,
Yeah, please.
um, my son is autistic, right? And he's so beautiful. He's so smart. And I often 2019 was a really hard year for me. That I constantly go back and I'm like, why did everything have to happen the way it happened? And I just felt like I was in a very naive place. I wasn't aware. And it's like at times I was aware, but I was so self-critical about myself and where I was with God. And I've always believed in God. I was raised Southern Baptist. But when it came to just really developing a relationship, I'm one of them people that actually prayed a prayer that said, God, humble me.
Hmm.
Because I felt a rise of pride in my gift. And I didn't want me to come before God. I just wanted to understand why, God, you made me like this because I'm always questioning everything. Didn't trust anything about myself. I didn't keep my promises to myself. I always compromised myself for other people. So just 2019 was just a lot. That's the year I got raped. That's the year I got the abortion. And then 2 months later, on my birthday, homie left a contraception in me, and that's how I got my son. And then when I was pregnant with my son, I was the skinniest I've ever been. I had no appetite. I was in the doctor every single week because they were concerned. He ended up being born full term, but 4 pounds, 9 ounces. And that's why it was interesting that the last caller was the same name because it just and I got a lot from that too because what y'all was talking about was on point with what one of my other questions were.
Great.
But yeah,
Thank you so much for sharing that.
thank you for letting me.
Yeah. That wasn't too much for me.
It was a lot for me.
Yeah. Do you feel that sometimes the stuff that you've been carrying is too much for other people, or have you been made to feel like it's too much?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not too
Just
much.
like the little things I do, like little like face expressions and little movements be too much for people. They be like, dang, like why you who is you? You know, like that. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to people finding or just not liking me. I had another poem where I said, um, being enough for God and enough for people.
Mm.
And I felt so bad writing it, but that's how I felt at that time. Where I'm just like, because when I'm in my bubble, when I'm at my home, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stressed about anything. I know I'm cute, know I'm beautiful, all of the things. And I know I'm striving towards something greater. But when I go outside and I deal with all of these little things and I'm aware of it being an empath, it's like I'm my only center is God.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, let me just move on. Let me just be kind. Let me just say hey and let me just mind my business. Like that's just the cycle
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I love you. I just want you
I
to know
love
you.
you back.
I just want you to know you're not too much for me. I can receive all of who you are, just the way you are. You don't have to do nothing. You're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you. Okay. And that is a lot. That's heavy. Since 2019, that's heavy. And I just want to validate that and affirm, like, that's not something to be dismissed and kind of like brush it off. And girl, you should be over that. That's heavy. A rape and an abortion, and then a arduous pregnancy. That's why you still. That's why your tears is still leaking, girl. Because
I don't like that they're leaking, to be fair.
I like it. You know, I love it. It means you're healthy. People that have a difficulty crying, that it's not good for their bodies.
But to be fair, I just want to be over it.
You said you want to be over it.
Mhm.
I get it. Do you know that this is part of how you get over it?
Yeah.
You literally talk it out and cry it out and walk it out. And then one day you're just over it.
I literally been through like 4 therapists because they don't go deep enough.
That is it's finding a great therapist is like finding a good masseuse. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how many times I've asked for a deep tissue massage by a masseuse. And when they get done, I was like, did you start? Did you? And they're like, yes, I did and it's a little more difficult for me because I can't have a massage from a man because of my childhood abuse. So it has to be
Mhm.
a woman. And most women are not as strong as men. Um, but yeah, I had to find, and I have my girl now. The little Asian girl got a death grip on everything.
I
She
mean, yay.
right, but
I'm happy for you.
it took time, and the same thing can happen with a therapist as well. And you just got to keep looking until you find the right one because it's like finding a good hairdresser, good barber,
Yeah.
good manicurist. Sometimes it just we love if you just walk in first therapist you meet like yay we got a connection, but sometimes that's just not the case. So
No, I don't have, because I have done some type of work within myself over
mm-hmm.
the years. I while I was in school for psychology, I did the work. And when we were in the pandemic, two of the classes that we had right at the beginning when everything shut down was um, emotions and motivation, and the second class was communication. So during the time when I was a fresh parent, I worked on what psychologically brings people to certain behaviors and what different theories, go into what people think happen with other people in certain situations. So it's the fact that I'm just like trying to, because I think everything is interconnected.
Of course, yeah,
So
for sure.
that's so when I find a connection like a link, it makes me really excited.
Oh, for sure.
So
I'm the same way because you like to make meaning
so
of things.
I like to make what?
You like to make meaning of things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
things mean
It means a
stuff.
lot
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
because it reminds me in a way that you're moving in the right direction,
Absolutely.
especially when you go through having so many nonsense in your head
Right.
that you need to like move. And like when you move stuff, you just like, all right, let's
Yeah,
see clear
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, for sure.
So that's just what I'm always doing.
Understandable. Understandable. Okay. What's the second question?
The second question was the difference between being aware and overly self-criticizing yourself.
Yeah, so self-awareness is to be aware of self um everyone else. It's a beautiful space where you can be present with yourself and others. Self critical is when you can't find any good in you. If your internal audit, if your personal audit of yourself is a grade F, you are self critical. If you can't find nothing about you you like, that's
Yeah.
that self critique that's dangerous, and it's false,
Hmm.
right? If it was the other way around with arrogance, you can't find nothing wrong with you. That's false too. Self awareness is where you can go, you know what? My attitude is funky and I need to work on it. And I'm really generous. I love helping people out. You know, I just have to watch my mouth because I be popping off a little bit.
Hmm. Yeah,
Sometimes
very
I'm
good.
right. Sometimes I'm a little too damn sarcastic, and I need to watch my mouth. But I'm a great hugger. I'll hug. I'll hug you to death. Right. I'll hug you to life. I'll hug you to life. But maybe I'm a little sarcastic. Like self awareness is I can see the good and the bad in me.
Okay.
I can see the pros and the cons. Self critique, I can't see nothing good, and that's
Mhm.
not good.
I've been there, sadly.
Yeah. Okay. And
Not a
then
good place.
what was the
Sorry.
third one?
The third was, am I making the right decisions for my son?
All right. Can you elaborate on that? Would you be opposed to that?
So the child's father is not in the life.
Okay.
Um, Early on, it was just really toxic. We couldn't have a conversation without just yelling and screaming at each other. Um, he didn't originally want kids, but he was, somewhat supportive. Um, and we went to the first doctor's appointment with him, and he told me to shut up in front of people. He said that he hoped that it's not a girl because girls are manipulative. And my mom was just trying to support him and just be like, before we even got to all of that, but just wanted to just basically be like, we here, whatever you need, whatever, just being supportive. And then he wanted to know the gender right then. The doctor told him no because I wasn't that far along yet
Mm-hmm.
at the time. And he just got really upset. Started telling everybody to shut up. I was getting blood drawn, and he kept saying that women are manipulative in a room full of women. Um, and then he would argue about baby names, and kind of standing on business when it came to baby names. Um, and then it got to a point where him and his mom were like texting me back and forth about baby names. And it was kind of racial, but I was just like, I'm gonna move on because this is my child,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the one going into the doctors and dealing with
Right.
all that I have to
For
deal
sure.
with.
For sure.
Um, One time when we were outside, I fell out because it was hot, and he kept like going back and forth with me and saying I'm compromising on things. When he was requesting on having uh, our child for a month after he was born, but I kind of erased him after that, like 2019 Labor Day, and just moved on, trying to protect my peace so that way I can carry the baby healthy.
Right.
The thing that I kind of want to highlight is because of everything I went through earlier that year, when this happened, I was devastated. The entire pregnancy, I was devastated. The only reason I really kept my son is because God came to me on a like when I was at the doctor's office and she confirmed that I was pregnant. I was completely devastated. And it was like a warm breeze came across me and was like, this baby is meant to be here. Even though the chaos it went insane from there. But that's the only reason why I kept him. That's the only reason why I went through it. So when he was finally here and then the pandemic happened and all of the restrictions, I'm trying to protect him. He's thinking that I'm trying to keep him away from him. And that's not what I was doing. I said to him and I said to his mom, this is not, I don't want to do this as a pun. I set aside conversations for us to meet at parks and meet wherever so I can deal with him so it could be a comfortable conversation all around. I wasn't trying to be rah, 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 this is this and I need this from you.
Yeah.
So after my son is here, it's like March. Continued through the summer, his mom asked if they could see him on Father's Day. And I was like, that's fine. We'll go over there. We were there for like 2 hours in total. When we got over there, nothing was out for him. We saw nothing, but we ain't tripped. We there.
Mhm.
It's me and my mom, and then him and his mom. So we go in, me and my mom, we stay in the front. We stay in like the front room near the door.
Mhm.
They they go around the corner to another like front room like area. They put a gate up, to separate me and them. And then they let two dogs in. Now, mind you, this is around COVID. I'm going to the doctor every single week with my child. So I'm like, y'all can't have dogs around him. And his mom is like, well, he gonna have to get used to dogs. I'm like, he's 4 months. Like, can you please just take them to another place? So she did. She took him somewhere else. And we're sitting there. And my mom, she'll say her 2 cents, like, what's going on, this, that, and the third, you ain't gonna check. I was like, I'm gonna let them have their time. They're together. This is what he asked for. I'm gonna let them have their time. We're there, all the things. Now, I did prepare him to say that we have somewhere else to be. When I got there, his mom, I already had a made cup for him. They poured it out and did something else with it. By the time it's time for us to go, he says to my mom, we ain't going nowhere until I have a conversation with her. And we're like, okay, what do you want to talk about? We're here. What's up? Why can't I see my kid? You're seeing your kid. He's right here. He's asleep. And when I came around the corner, you was playing video games while he was sleeping in your mama's arm. I ain't judging, but I'm just saying that's what happened. So then he goes to this rah rah saying, "What do you do for him?" And it doesn't make any sense why I can't see him and all of the things. And I'm just like, you see him now. You decided to pick up a controller.
Mm.
I don't I don't necessarily know what you want me to do about that.
Mm.
But I did prepare you to tell you that it's time for us to go. We have other fathers to tend to because when I came in the house, you didn't have nothing here for him. You didn't have a toy, you didn't have anything, you didn't even have cups. So fast forward, um, that was the same week of my birthday, my baby got sick after whatever they did because we were yelling in the yard and all of the things. It was very not okay. So fast forward to 4th of July. 4th of July 2020, I went to a cookout with his friends. Thank goodness he was not there. But they were like, how is the baby enjoying the things we got him? And I'm like, what things? What are you talking about? They were like, we gave T a whole bunch of da 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 da. I'm like, I didn't receive anything. What do you mean? So fast forward months down the road in September, I get a knock at my door at 10 at night. Now, Black people.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just like, we're not answering the door. We ain't expecting nobody.
Exactly.
We wake
right.
up, we ain't expecting not a soul. So in the morning, my mom goes outside and she's like, there's like toys and stuff out here or whatever. And we see a whole bunch of things that his friends mentioned months ago.
Wow.
And we're just, but my thing is, it's months ago. My
Right.
child can't even take none of that
Right.
stuff.
Right. For sure.
And if you were to contact me, you would know what his sizes are. You would know that he don't like certain bottles. Like it's not like throughout the pandemic, while we were all locked down or whatever, that I wasn't giving you advice. My mom and my grandmother both worked for the CDC at that time.
Wow.
So any type of information that I was getting, I was forwarding to him.
Yeah.
But every single conversation that I got was always why I can't, why this, why that. So I was like, I'm not doing this. It's not healthy. And I literally told you that you caused me anxiety and you said we ain't together. What that got to do with me? I'm just telling you to calm down talking to me because you're the only reason why I'm not eating. You're the only reason why I'm at the doctors and people are saying that our child is possibly going to have spinal bifida or Down syndrome. Mind you, this was not about love. I didn't love him. He didn't love me. Like, we know that.
Yeah.
He tries to paint that picture, but it's like we were not in love. You didn't even like black women. If you really want me to keep it 100,
He don't like. It sounds like he
you,
don't like women.
I've heard that so much.
Yeah.
I've heard that so much,
Yeah.
and I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. I understand that, and I realize that, but don't try to play in my face again. And that's the thing that kind of segues into dating, where it's just like I'm not trying to be one of them people out here who play in face, but I I'm always working on the confidence of like me speaking
Hmm.
because I know that's what God has called me to. But it always, in some social environments, it makes me really nervous.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things going on the BDN.
Yeah. For sure. No, it's. I can hear the layers to it and the nuances and the complications. Um. Obviously, no man that wants to see his child um causes these type of complications. A man that wants to see his child makes seeing his child easy for him and easy for you. He just wants to create the narrative that it's difficult to see his child so that he has something to say to all the people that knows that he has a child.
I'm
He,
too used to that.
huh?
I'm too used to that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right. So it sounds like he loved the thought of having a child. He definitely doesn't love the thought of being in a relationship. And now that this child is here, he needs a reason or an excuse. It might be one and the same as to why he doesn't see the child regularly. And the way for him to build that narrative is to make you the villain as to why it's complicated for him to see his child. With all that
And
said,
that's oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, what did you say?
I was gonna say that's fine. I don't want. I really, it's honestly, I don't want to deal with bro.
Oh no, yeah. Well, and my comments are to encourage you that you are making the right decisions for your child, with your child, because you are the number one supporter of that child. He just wants to see that child so he can take pictures with him and pass him off to his mama. He don't care about that boy. He doesn't. He don't care about that boy.
And my son is so amazing too.
You care about that boy. God cares about that boy. But he don't.
Yeah.
So you raise your child, and when his mama wants to see her grandbaby, because that's what this is, he's playing Call of Duty.
Wow.
He's playing 2K. When his mama wants to see her grandchild, that's what you arrange. But you're not keeping some loving father away from his own son. That is not the case.
That's all I tried to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I adore you guys. I really do.
We love you.
There's so much. There's so much because my son really grew me up from being naive. But earlier this year, a situation happened again, and I spiraled earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just, how you don't try to go into those self-critical places, but that's where it goes.
Right.
Because when I'm aware, sometimes I used to think that being critical of myself was humbling me.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
I know it's a little like what, but
No, I think
that's just kind of where I went.
yeah, a lot of us have done that for sure.
That's
Well,
not healthy because I don't want to be prideful when I know what my calling is.
yeah.
So I'm just like I want to make sure I'm humble as much as possible because I've had a lot of people kind of be like, she thinks she all that, and I'm like, I'm going through a mental battlefield in here while you're talking about me being Rihanna. Like, what are we talking about? Because it's like I'm not even trying to be that. Like, I'm trying to figure me out.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I'm in my head deep,
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so
That's all.
let me say this. I hope this is encouraging to you. To not be aware of your spiritual gifts is like that's to me that is a uh no, I don't not aware. That's not what I want to say. To not acknowledge your spiritual gifts when you know you have them is false humility.
Mm,
And the church actually teaches us how to be a lot of churches. A lot of churches. Y'all know when I say the church, I don't mean every church. I'll just be saying the church. But then there's always somebody like, hey, not every church. And I'd be like, Lord have mercy. Just calm down.
calm down.
Um, what a lot of churches have taught me is to be falsely humble. And
Mm,
that is to act like I don't know what I'm gifted at. And to feign this surprise when somebody actually gives me a compliment.
right.
Right? Like, oh my God, that sermon was great. Oh my God. No, wow, thank you. It's all God. It's just all God. And it's like, well, it wasn't all God because you was there. So,
Mhm. Yeah, I know them people well.
right? So being aware of your spiritual gifts is not being arrogant. It's not being prideful.
Okay.
It's being knowledgeable. Like, how would you not, why would you not want to know that?
True.
Luke chapter number 4, Jesus unrolls the scroll to Isaiah 61, and then reads where it says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to do boom, 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 right? He names 5 things. He rolls up the scroll, and everybody's looking at him, and he goes, what I've just read to you has been fulfilled this very day. Now, that's either arrogant or that's awareness.
Hmm.
I know what I was put on the earth to do. I was put on the earth to talk. Point blank, period. Anything that has to do with me opening my mouth and communicating, two things are going to happen. I am going to be effective in reaching somebody, and or I'm getting paid.
That's real.
I get paid to talk
That's period.
because I talk
Period.
I talk
They
good,
need to open my mouth.
right?
I talk.
I talk good.
That's
Like
it.
God, he's anointed me to speak. He's anointed me with words. If I don't know that's poor stewardship of the gift he gave me.
Yeah.
What I don't do is walk around all day with my hands on my hip talking about I'm the best speaker that ever lived. That's pride.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
What would be pride and arrogance is me getting on here talking about you shouldn't be even listening to no other YouTubers. They ain't got the wisdom I got. Okay, nigga, now you prideful.
Based on what we talked about this morning,
Right? so
bugging.
right? So listen, I'm not trying to get caned by the Lord for being arrogant. I also don't want the Holy Spirit to convict me for being out here falsely humble, knowing damn well I know I'm good at something, but I'm acting like I'm not.
Yeah.
So
That was a struggle.
yeah, you need to okay, thank you, Holy Spirit. All right. So I need you to stand tall. This is what I'm gonna leave you with. These two words. I need you to stand tall in the giftings that God has given you. I want you to stop stooping over, trying to fit in with people just so they'll like you, accept you, and won't talk about you. You are not responsible for how people react to your gift. You are responsible for fully stepping into it and fully exercising it. And if that causes other people to struggle with jealousy, envy, spirit of comparison, low self-esteem, their own inadequacies, they ain't got nothing to do with you. I need you to stand tall.
Yes, sir. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
All right. You know what's even crazier? Last thing, hopefully. I wrote a poem, Fire, last night.
Mm.
It's a long poem, so
Mhm.
but and when you said to Thorell on a previous call, um, what's quenching your fire? I have a section in there that talks about a small drip
Mm.
kind of bordering the fire back into its place.
Mm.
And the drip was God, essentially. Where it's like the fire can exist, but the fire has a fireplace for its place.
That's exactly right.
You can take up your space,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to salvage the place.
That's right.
That makes sense.
Absolutely correct.
So
Yeah, girl. You know where your fireplace is. Flame on. Just be the human torch. Just light yourself on fire. These people they're gonna come watch you burn. And whoever don't like a fire can just go watch a snow fall. Tell these niggas to go be with Elsa. But
facts.
we throwing fires over here. We ain't doing all this other stuff.
Okay. Okay, so church, real quick. Sorry. Was not my last one, I promise.
No worries.
So I I am kind of struggling trying to find the proper church
Okay.
and trying to get um kind of tapping into where the Holy Spirit is trying to lead me because I have um I have a background in being a part of church.
Mm-hmm.
Um and my mom and pretty much every woman before me was in choir. My grandmother is a deacon chair at Ebenezer. My mom sings in a lot of gospel and all of the things. And she has a degree in biblical studies. And when it comes to me tapping into that in me, I want to be guided properly, but I also want a safe place for my son. Um, because he's not potty trained yet.
Okay.
He's a drag. So,
Mhm.
um, but the safest place, or at least the place that really brings me joy, is Transformation Church because it's very engaging and also they just on point with me right now, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be able to gather. I don't want to be too isolated
Right.
if I'm supposed to be out somewhere, you
Right.
know?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be safe. I want to be, cognizant and aware of just how I'm supposed to be moving, and where God needs me.
For sure.
Honestly, because even though you joked about it before we got on, I am one of them people that spend 3 hours debating when it comes to if I'm doing the right thing or
Understood. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
not. Because I just really want to make sure I'm hearing correctly, you
Right.
know?
Absolutely.
Um, so uh yeah, I don't necessarily know the bottom question, but it's like just what are there ways to tell if you're like called in a season to go somewhere? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll just give you what it's looked like for us over the last 2.5 years. So obviously my last, I transitioned my church to my successor December 31st of 22.
Mhm.
Juliet and I um, did not find another church until December of 24. So we were out of church for 2 years. And we were fine with ourselves. We've been in church all our lives, so we were chilling hard. Okay. But we wanted community again. We wanted to go to church as a family. I had a couple of non-negotiables. My two non-negotiables were it has to be less than 15 minutes away, and
Mhm.
I could not have anything to do with the church. Like on the board, on the bop, boop, 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 boop. I just want to be a regular dude that just came in, right?
Mhm.
I'll serve at the church, do all that, but I couldn't have anything to do with it previous. So we found a church 7 minutes away, and I didn't have nothing to do with it. And we loved the church. And we had shopped all the other churches before we settled on that church. So I think it's important for you to give yourself a process where you just roll up to a church service, sit in it, and just see how you feel. A lot of times the Holy Spirit speaks when you're in the room
Yeah.
and not when you look at the name or look at something online. It's like, I need to go be in the room
Mhm.
to see if the Holy Spirit is with me there. And just like with your therapist, sometimes it's not the first one. Could be, could not. But I would take a season to just go shop around.
Mhm. Yeah, I've done that, and I'm continuing to.
Okay.
So I got you
Yeah.
for
Keep
sure.
keep that energy because you'll find the one. The Lord is to lead you to the right one.
Oh, I know I'm meant to be a wife. That's the thing. I know. So that's the only thing holding on.
Okay.
Because life, ooh, child. Okay.
I love you so
I
much,
thank you. I
London.
love you guys so much. Thank you, everyone. I want to say congratulations, Huli.
Thank
Congrats. I love everything
you.
about what's going on for you.
Thank you, sis.
And
Love you,
continue to be
girl.
blessed.
All right,
All
we
right.
love you. We love you
I
so much,
appreciate
London.
you.
Okay, have a
Bye,
great
guys.
day. Bye,
Thank you. Bye.
my people. Mi gente.
I love the word that you gave her. Stand tall. I
Stand
have that
tall.
tatted right here.
Do you really?
Yeah. I got it in Australia when we
Oh,
went.
that
Yeah.
I didn't know you got that too.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's fire. Not the same
No,
day
it was
though.
different when we went to a separate one. You like last minute. We were walking. We're like, y'all want to get tats?
I love it. I ain't mad at all. All right, who's next?
We got Mr. Aaron pulling up on us. Aaron, you're on with Tim Ross. Welcome to the show, my friend.
What's up, Aaron?
Hey, how you doing, Tim?
I'm
Man, this is
fantastic.
surreal.
It's so good to see your face,
I've been
bro.
following you for a long time. It's a lot. First of all, congratulations on your work that you do. You help me out a lot. You have no idea with my growth in the ministry, with my confidence, with me being vulnerable. Um, I've been going to church my whole life.
Yes, sir.
The same church. I was a deacon, well, us a deacon, singing the choir, and God kept saying, "You want more, and want more, and want more," and I left my calling to the ministry. But by doing that, I was still suffering with the flesh.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, and sometimes uh, you don't feel qualified because when you in church your whole life, you know how to do church.
For sure.
But
Yep.
sometimes you know what you wrestle with on a daily basis.
Yes, sir.
And you helped me with something because sometimes you just try to quit the sin out altogether to stop it cold turkey. But you said this acknowledge it and have the discipline not to do it.
That's correct.
And once I started doing that, it helped me a lot to like, no, you ain't gonna win this battle over me, Satan.
That's right.
So I like to thank you for allowing me to bring that to my attention.
Yes, sir.
So now I'm in a church where the pastor has retired 3 years ago.
Okay.
And there's two ministers, me and the other guy, and we haven't had a pastor in 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
And for me, I'm doing a lot of work with it. I go to work every day, but I'm also doing work in the church. And I have a lot of stuff I want to do with the church. But by me being raised in the church, I'm kind of timid to step on people's toes and stuff because it's a small congregation.
Understood.
So I'm kind of timid of what should I do, or I should I just leave and sit under somebody and learn more from being a leader, than staying in the same church my whole life, and that's all I know.
Yes, sir.
Because God has showed me so many visions and so many things that He wants for me, like for a preacher to be vulnerable to tell the truth. Like I struggle with this thing, but God, I'm working through it through the Holy Spirit.
Yes, sir.
A lot of preachers don't really admit the struggle, and that makes them seem like they higher than God, but
Right.
they not. We are just human,
Correct.
trying to make it in,
Correct.
and I just want to help other people overcome what they're dealing with,
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
that's one of my questions.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you calling. My daddy worked for the post office for 33 years, so it's good to see.
Tough job.
Good to see that logo, man. Keep up the good work.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. So as it relates to the situation that you're in now, like first of all, to be in a church for 3 years and not to have a
Mhm.
lead pastor yet, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Are y'all any closer? Are y'all in a searching process? What is the board doing?
That's my issue, because I feel like they're content with it, and I'm not content with it. I know that like they say co-pastors, but we're not really we never really done the job,
Right.
So like we have to be able to move forward. I feel like, and I don't want to be content into a building. I want to go out into the world
Yeah.
and preach the word in the park somewhere. I don't care what it is, but it has to be outside of the building. Not just content to where we at,
That's right.
but we
Absolutely.
don't have a leader. So
Yeah, for sure. Well, man, it's obviously it's incumbent upon the board to identify who the new leader is going to be, it sounds like they have become content.
Yep.
They think this
They
two-headed,
are older too.
right, and they all older, right, and they're like, hey,
Mhm.
the both of y'all can just split weekends and preach, and we'll be fine. And it's like, that's not the way it's supposed to be. God has always called a leader. He has never had like a co-host of leaders.
Yeah.
Right. And so he chooses whom he wills. That's his sovereign decision. And then the person does the work and people support that person. They what it sounds like is that this is not going to change until somebody makes a decision for it to change.
Yeah.
And you seem to be the person that's discontent.
Yeah, I definitely am. Yeah, it's true.
So it seems like you would be the one to provoke the change.
Yeah, everyone's telling me that because I have the ill of them because they know me, but I think I'm in my own way because the feel that they see me grow up,
Yep.
and how can they, it's like I got to show them how to do the right thing, but at the same time, you gotta do what God calls you to do.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna just throw out a scenario, okay? And
Okay.
you let me know if you think this is preposterous or ridiculous or whatever. What would happen if you went to the board and said, "Hey, it seems like you all have struggled to identify who a new leader is. You have me and this other person kind of carrying the duty of speaking on the weekends. I really feel like y'all need to identify whoever you want to lead the church moving forward. And I want to be a part of that process. But until you figure that out, I'm going to sit down." Like sometimes when you change the dynamic, that's when people wake up and be like, "Oh, snap, we got to do something."
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Does that sound ridiculous?
No, not at all. Not at
Okay.
all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Because it bothers me because I put so much work into it,
Yes.
and I want to do more. It's like
Yeah.
I want them to follow me into doing other things. I don't want to stay in this spot, And the other guy, he sounds like he's content with just having what we got.
Yep.
But I feel like you don't want to just speak the words to believers. What about those who don't know him?
That's right.
Preaching to people who already know the Bible.
That's right.
So what about them outside of it? It's like
Yes,
we
sir.
can't be salt and salt.
That's
That's
exactly right.
But
Oh my God. Yeah, too many people salting the salt. I agree with you wholeheartedly. You got people with a plate full of salt, and then they're like, "Hey, can you pass me some salt?"
and
I want to season my salt.
I'm 34, and I don't want to just waste my time feeling like I owe this church something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's either I don't even care who become the pastor. Just go the right direction.
Absolutely correct. And
respect you off of that.
Man, and that statement right there is what makes me feel like if you were to go to them and say, "Hey, I really want the best for this church," and it may not be me, but I know a decision has to be made, and I know y'all are praying or whatever. I'm actually gonna sit down until y'all actually, I'm gonna recuse myself of some of these duties. I still love this church. I still support it. But until y'all figure out what direction you actually want to go, I'm gonna sit down and just cheer y'all on.
I'm glad you said that. We got a meeting tomorrow.
Yes. I love the Holy Spirit's timing. I love the Holy Spirit's timing. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I am I'm an apostle.
Yeah.
I govern. I know how to build, structure, govern, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times these people don't know what to do, and sometimes you got to just make it easy for them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm not gonna
And
be
it's
here
much, he
now. What y'all
confirmation.
gonna
You
do?
give me so much confirmation.
I'm so happy to hear it, man. Nah,
Yeah.
I think that's the move. And if the meeting is tomorrow, oh, what better timing? Thank you, Holy Spirit. I love you so much. Yeah, do that, man. Do that.
Yeah.
They gonna figure it out quick.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's a big help. I've been wrestling on this for a while.
Yes, sir. Well, I hope it helps. Make sure you follow up with us. Let us know how it went, okay?
I will for sure. Thank you, Tam. Love
Okay.
you.
All right. Love you, man. Stay safe.
Hey, bye.
All right. Peace. Hey, man. I love a hardworking man calling in from work. Got 2 of them today,
Two
right?
today.
2 today. They bro was doing construction, and then bro just parked, and got the rubber bands on. I'm like, bro, that's post office gear right there. We got the rubber bands on the wrist because you're going to be bundling all that mail.
Those 2 guys make the world go around, dude.
They do.
Yeah, for
Absolutely. Construction in the post
Yeah.
office?
Yeah.
Bruh. What you gonna do? Like, I don't care how many emails you got, you still need something to come in that mailbox.
They building and delivering.
Huh? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Build it and deliver it. Build it and deliver it.
Speed is snapping, man. Stand tall. Yo.
All right, who's next?
We got Rosali pulling up on us.
Rosalie.
Rosali pulling up on us. Welcome to the show, my friend. You're on with Tim
Oh
Ross.
my God, you have such a beautiful face. Your face looks like all the girls I grew up with in junior high.
Cali.
Unbelievable. That's a great Cali face. I don't even know if you live in Cali, but
I do. I'm in Whittier, actually.
yeah, let's go. I know my people, yo. I know
Yeah.
my people. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
It's good to see you too. I'm nervous. This is kind of crazy. Usually I just see you on video, but the glasses are face to face with the glasses right now. It's kind of weird.
It's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I wrote it down because I wrote my question down because I ramble.
No worries. No
So-
worries.
I'll read that. I had an original question, but I want to start off with something else because it's just been something that's weighing on my heart. And you obviously, I don't want to get emotional, but I look up to you. You were a voice in some really hard times that I was going through. So, I trust you.
I appreciate
But
you
anyways,
trusting me.
I'll
Thank
get
you.
to it. I just wrote down, I need some encouragement and wisdom from somebody I view as a mentor. Maybe what I need to hear is that everything is going to be okay. Lately, I've been crippled with fear and anxious thoughts of death, living in the end times, and just about the worst things that could happen to not only me, but the people I love. I know I should not fear these things as a disciple, but I can't ignore this imaginary doomsday clock within me that has me constantly on the lookout for the next worst thing to happen to me. I know that I am extremely blessed all around me, but for some reason I feel like God has given me these blessings just to take them away. A good thing cannot happen to me in my life without me dwelling on the end of it. In fact, when I have a good thing, I think it's a setup from God, and eventually I don't allow myself to enjoy it. I know we will suffer on this earth, and the enemy has convinced me that suffering is all he has in store for me. I'm even afraid to pray for other people and declare goodness on their part because I don't believe that the Lord will have my back. The word says, I will be with you, but that feels like a general promise to humanity, not to me personally. Every day I am experiencing spiritual warfare, but it is not every day that I feel his spirit. I'm in a dangerous place because I am aware of my spiritual blindness and even numbness to the Holy Spirit, yet I do nothing about it as a defense mechanism, like I need to be protected from my creator or something. Honestly, I know I may sound like a brat because when people look at me in my life, they can see that he is with me. I have been divinely protected and provided for since I was young. So for me to even ask for someone to tell me that everything is going to be okay feels wrong because it's in my history. But I need help debunking these lies of the enemy. I need to know that Jesus loves me. I need to know that I'm not disposable to him, that I am precious to him, and he is not trying to harm me. Yeah.
Thank you, Rosalie, for sharing that. Thank you for your vulnerability. I really appreciate it. Okay, are you opposed to me asking some questions?
No, not at all.
Okay. Um, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, 21. All right. Would it be hard for you to go back to your earliest memory of disappointment?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Do you remember about how old you were?
I think I was about 5, maybe when things like I remember like my first like traumatic experience.
Okay. And
I think I was about that age.
okay. And are you against sharing it?
No, so I was living, me and my family, my parents were together at the time. We were living with my grandparents. He was a pastor. My great grandpa and my great grandma, they were just amazing. And they were pastors. And even to this day, like they're constantly talked about, and honored. But my grandpa, who was basically the glue of everybody, he passed. And then shortly after, my grandpa passed. So my great grandpa, then his son, my grandpa, he passed. And then I think like a few weeks later, a few days later, I can't remember, my grandma passed. So, and then right after that, my parents got divorced.
Oh
We found out
gosh.
that my dad had cheated on my mom. And to this day, I'm still finding out things about like what had went down, that I just recently found out that my dad was supposed to run away with her. And just hearing that he was possibly going to leave me really hurt me, because I love my dad a lot. He's always been there. So to hear that my dad was going to leave me just hurt. And so all of those years after everything had happened, it literally we we lived in luxury. We were so high class.
Hmm.
And after everybody passed, we went just dirt poor, like how like room hopping. And it was me, my mom, and my 3 sisters. Shout out Ava. Ava watches the base or wide open all the time.
Okay.
And anyways, we were just everywhere. My mom, she was a mess. She could not take care of us. And I became like my little sister's mom.
Yeah.
And so I have all the older sister stuff that an older sister could have. So
Yeah.
I think that's where it all started. We lost everybody, and we were kind of on our own. And because my dad was doing his thing and my mom was doing his thing, and they're great parents, but I had to grow up really fast, and I had to, take on things that I shouldn't have taken on. So I guess worrying has always been in my life.
Of
I've always
course.
worried all the time.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, Rosalie, as I hear you talk, my heart is broken. Like to hear the amount of loss in succession. Like you didn't have a shoe drop, you had lives drop.
Yeah.
And
And the thing is, I was so young, so it kind of feels like I shouldn't feel this way because I didn't get to like fully know my grandparents. But when I look back, I just remember like I loved my grandparents so much. And I don't know, like it feels wrong to kind of feel this way about it because there was people closer to them, and I don't
yeah.
know. I was still a baby.
Well, let me give you some perspective.
Okay.
Even though you were a little girl, you could feel the love in the room. You could feel the safety. You felt protected. You could feel the connection through the family. Babies and little kids are very, very attuned to their environment. They might not have the awareness to go, mommy and daddy are arguing, or mommy and daddy are in love. They can't articulate that, but they can feel it.
Mhm.
They can feel it in the room. They can feel it in the atmosphere. And so little Rosalie could feel like, I can't tell you what this is, but this is great.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is my great grandparents, and these are my grandparents, these are my parents, and everybody seems to love each other, and we go to church, and I'm safe, and isn't this great? Like the little kids know. They can't articulate it, but they know. And you
Yeah.
knew it. And I know you knew it because when you no longer had it, you knew it too.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to acknowledge and validate the amount of loss. Because again, you didn't these are not just shoes dropping. These are lives dropping physically. Then a whole lifestyle went away.
Yeah.
A whole way of living went away. Y'all were very comfortable financially. Again, at the age and stage, you didn't know that. You weren't in your parents' bank accounts. You weren't there accounting and all that kind of stuff. You just knew we had things that we needed. Our needs were met, and we had some things we wanted. And then we go from that to we can barely get what we need.
Yeah.
If I'm 21, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop too.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
Right?
Literally every day.
Every
and
day.
It's so exhausting because I'm just like, I'm here with my family, like I'm having dinner with them, we're having a great time. Why am I thinking like, oh, my dad's next, or
Right.
oh, like something could happen to my sisters? Like, it's such a horrible feeling, and yeah, I'm waiting for the
Yeah.
next shoe to drop or whatever.
Yeah, I can identify with that feeling. My brother Miles was killed in a car accident. September 17th of 2004. Okay. For the next 5 months, if I called Juliet and she didn't answer, she was dead in my mind.
Yeah.
Like it's illogical. Like it I shouldn't be thinking that. Like she went to Walmart, maybe she just didn't hear the phone. My wife would
Yeah.
have like 33 missed calls on her phone in 10 minutes because I would just I would just call back to back to back. And in my mind, because my brother's death was so abrupt, I just thought anybody that I couldn't get in contact with had to be dead. So it is a terrifying feeling. It's an exhausting feeling, but it's real based on the experience we had. And it takes time to come out of that. I applaud you for interrupting the narrative, knowing that it's a lie. And now, like, okay, what tools do I need to have so that this isn't constantly plaguing me?
Yeah.
All right, so let's deal with some factors, okay?
Okay.
All right. Your great grandparents die, your grandparents die. It's devastating. And we know life comes to an end. When we love people, they can't live long enough for us to want them to die.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If there were 210, we wouldn't be like, why are you still here, Grandma?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We'd be like, happy birthday to you. You know what I mean? We put 210 candles on the cake and burn the whole cake up. Right? We love who we love and we want them here forever. But the people, our loved ones pass on. And no matter when they do, it's devastating. But when you're young and it happens in that type of succession, it's devastating. But that's the order of life. That's the nature of life. They were supposed to die. What happened between your parents, that wasn't the natural course of life, that was a decision your father made, and it literally changed the trajectory of your mother's life, your siblings' life.
Yeah.
And then you find out these other details, and it's like, damn, daddy. Given the
The
choice,
details are so ugly too. I hate the details.
yeah, like it's right? Like you hear
No, literally.
you hear these details, and you're like, I'm in love with my dad, but to live with the fact that bro was about to leave me, if he had the choice, he would have dipped on his, like, okay, if you left my mom, but your daughters,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, that's different. Okay, so then now, what does that inform us about God?
I put my father's image onto God.
Because if my bio dad would do that, the natural conclusion that we draw is God might bounce too,
Mhm.
or all of my blessings are attached to a yo-yo string, and I better enjoy them while I can, because they could leave too.
Yeah.
And so to separate your earthly father from your heavenly father, it takes some work. And the only way to start changing that narrative is to start to understand and assign the character of God and the attributes of God only to God. And not try to project that onto our earthly father, who's never going to live up to that.
Mhm.
God is clear that he will never leave us or forsake us. He is very, very clear that the righteous will not be forsaken. Their seed will not beg for bread. What gets very, very cloudy is when we have to deal with the consequences of the decisions that our parents have made. And that's when we start to think, well, God, why are you doing this? And it's like, God didn't do that, your dad did. And there's consequences to that kind of stuff. And as a child, you're not in control of any of it. Do you have control issues now? Be honest.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Right? And those
Yeah.
control issues they stem from a little Rosalie who was not in control of her environment at all.
Hmm.
And so at 21, you're like, on my terms, we doing this. I'm going in my car. I'll drive.
Yeah.
I will meet you there. I want to be able to leave when I want.
Hmm.
Right? I don't want to
No, yeah.
I don't want to be dependent on nobody. I got my own money. I got my own, like, I got this. I have this, right? That comes from an environment that became unstable. It became inconsistent. But those consequences belong to your dad and your dad alone. They change nothing about the character of God. He is trustworthy when your dad isn't. He is reliable when your dad wasn't. He is consistent when your dad can't be. He is faithful when your dad was unfaithful.
Yeah.
And so we have to start assigning and attributing the characteristics of God only to God, and believing that is true about him. Then and only then can you see yourself as God's daughter as one that is safe, protected, and not abandoned. God will never abandon you, Rosalie. He is it's not in his character to do so. It was in your father's. It's not in God's. And although you said Jesus, I want you to focus your attention to God as Father. Because that's where your heart was broken. Your heart was broken by a father. It can only be restored by the Father. So I love Jesus, but we ain't talking to Jesus right now. We're grateful for what he did on the cross. We are so grateful. But God the Father is who you need to repair the relationship with.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks because my dad has been a great dad. So to think that like he's where like the trauma started, kind of just, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he knows too, because I remember I went to therapy and he was like, "Oh, you just talked about how your dad like messed up your life." Huh? And I was like, yes.
Well,
Did.
yes, we did. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Thank you for being self-aware. And here's the
No,
thing.
yeah.
Here's the thing that again, this is, we hold tension. We try to help people hold tension over here. Your dad, you're a daddy's girl. You love your daddy, and he hurt you. Like, two things can be true.
Yeah.
Like, he could be cool, he could be in your life, he could be present, and I'm glad he said it and not you or me, right? Like, he jacked up your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Like, that decision was not cool, bruh. And it left me with bruises emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
It left me with bruises spiritually. I don't trust God the way that I would if my environment would have been stable. And that's squarely on that guy. It doesn't mean you don't love him. It doesn't mean you hate him. It doesn't mean you don't want to go out to brunch with him on Saturdays. It just means like the dude I'm eating pancakes with, or freaking migas, is also the guy that freaking jacked my life up and has me flinching every time a blessing comes, because I don't know if it's going to stay or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, but I'll definitely be at brunch on a Saturday.
Exactly.
Definitely gonna be there.
Exactly. Like that was my wife with her father. Her father was very violent. He was a very violent man, domestically violent, all this stuff. And she went to Jamaica every summer to go see him. Every summer.
Love Juliet, by the way.
Yeah, that's the
Really
homie.
great.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah.
She's so dope.
Yeah.
So has
I
this
did
helped?
have another question.
Oh, please.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. Please ask your question.
No. Well, it's completely different from
Great.
this. But if that wasn't all, I hope I didn't interrupt anything.
No, you're good.
But I was gonna ask, I have a business. I have a beauty business.
Okay.
And it's just been so like such a God thing. The place that I'm at, like, it's just crazy how it's grown. And I don't know how to steward it in a godly way. I don't know how to make this a business built on God. One that, like, I can see the potential, but I don't know how to even start. And so yeah, I don't know if you have any tips for me, because I don't know how to have a good business. The women that are coming in here are so broken, but they're just like, once they lay on the bed, because I do lashes, I'm an esthetician.
Okay.
Once they lay on the bed, they're literally like spilling their guts. And it's like, I have Jesus to give them. Like, I have the answers, but I don't know how. Like, and I'm on social media. I need to be on social media to promote myself, market myself. And I feel like God is calling me to go deeper with that and to be more present on social media. But I don't want to do that. I've even gone as far as like getting podcast equipment, and I don't want to do that. I swear I don't want to podcast. I don't want to be another person with a mic like
Sounds
Timothy.
familiar.
I don't want to be an influencer at all.
Yep.
Yeah,
I get it.
I just feel like that's sometimes I feel like I'm being called there and I don't know what to do. Like, I don't even know I don't know what to do. I don't know how to, I just feel like I have this like baby and I don't know how to take care of it.
Understood.
So any advice, I'll take any advice.
Okay. As far as your business is concerned, your business is a godly business because you are a godly woman, right? So the business already is a business that glorifies God because you're in it and you're a carrier of his light. These services, lashes, hair, nails, makeup, It's a captive audience. People put themselves in a vulnerable position. The only thing left for them to do is use words. Right? These
Mhm.
people are laying on their back, allowing you to be all up in their eyeballs, to put their
And
lashes.
I wax too, so I'll be all up in. Yeah.
You be all up everywhere, right? So they're already vulnerable.
But it's kind of crazy because like I'll be waxing a coochie, and I'm like, how do I talk about Jesus right now? Like, it's kind of crazy.
All right, so let me tell you what very few people will ever decline. Prayer. So start there. Like as you're listening, as they've given all that stuff to you, just be led by the Holy Spirit. Sometimes it might just be like, oh my God, man, that thank you for trusting me with everything you just told me. I'm gonna be praying for you. That might be enough for somebody to be like, oh my God, thank you. I really appreciate it. For others, as you feel led,
Yeah.
I would just say, hey, do you mind if I pray for you? Like, you just told me a lot I can feel the pain. Do you mind if I pray for you? Would you be against that? And they'll be like, oh my God, no. And then just pray for them.
Yeah.
But the business you're in, you have repeat clientele. And over time, your light gets to shine. You get to turn up the wattage on your light.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing about your business, is that these people are going to keep coming back. And the more you get to know them, the more they're going to start putting their trust in you. And before you know it, you're going to be able to share everything about your faith that you need to.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, it's funny because I have one client. She's been coming to me for years now, and we started listening to podcasts, and I was like, "You should listen to this one with me." Planting a little seed, and it was you. And she is all up in. She knows all the basement lore now, and when you guys are over there rapping, she'll be like, "Oh, Tim's rapping again," or "Oh, Tim's talking about born again." It's so funny because she's not really a believer, but we'll just be laughing like she knows all about it.
That is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And
Yeah.
that's the role that we feel like we're supposed to feel here, right? Like we are believers who are doing a podcast. Right? And the fact that we are believers, our light is already shining whether we ever say anything or not. It's just the fact that we get to say it, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
the other thing I'll tell you is the social media stuff and the podcast stuff, I completely understand. As you know, it's well documented. I didn't want to do none of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it's for you to do, it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. And obedience is better than sacrifice. So if he's telling you to do it, whether you do it now or do it later, you're going to do it. So
do it brave. Can't do it brave. Do it scared.
That's right. You know.
I know all the lines.
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys.
How do you feel, especially on the first? Does that give you a little bit of perspective?
It does. It's kind of, I've always known it, but I've always kind of brushed it off. I think I always brush these things off as like, oh, people have been through worse, or my mom went through it worse. Like, stop trying to stop trying to be heartbroken about it too. So I guess I never really got to fully address it as like my own heartbreak.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I'm so grateful you identified, because everybody's experience is valid. Right? Your mom's pain is different from yours because she was married to the man. But that doesn't make your pain less.
Yeah.
Right? It's just different. If 5 people are driving in a car and they get in a car accident, the driver might have worse injuries than the person in the back seat on the passenger side.
Yeah.
But that person, how dare the driver go, I can't believe aching about your pain. I was in the driver's seat. It's like, what? My whole back and neck hurts. Like, I didn't feel the exact same pain you did, but we were in the same vehicle. We all were affected. And we all get to express what was painful to us about the experience that we all had together. So, yeah, don't minimize don't minimize how this impacted you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody felt their own thing.
I feel like I kind of know where to start.
Good.
Like, what to address.
That's
so,
right. Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for calling. It means so much. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you guys. I love all you guys. You guys are hilarious. I was telling Derek actually because I couldn't find Hector. And I was telling him, he was like, just believe. And I went to the Memes for Christ server and Hector was the first one.
That's hilarious.
I was like, you just gotta believe.
I know where to go.
Yeah, for sure. Rosalie, I love you. Bendiciones.
Love you, sister.
Love you guys.
Okay, have a great day.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh. Rosalie.
You already knew I was a Cali girl, too.
Oh my gosh, that face.
You were like my whole family.
That face had Cali written all over it. I just thought to myself, that's my homie.
Cruise and Whittier.
Whittier too?
She asked to be the last caller because she's in Cali, because she's at work too. So she was
she rocks, bro. She rocks. What a day. God dog it. It's 11:51?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Best job. Best coworker.
Hey, so tomorrow.
By the way, the song is up for the members, and I put a downloadable link for them to download it.
Okay, cool.
And I threw in 2 cute little photos for them to download too.
Oh, that's cute.
Shout out members.
Shout out members. Hey, so tomorrow,
Yes, sir.
I want to play Derek's favorite song from the album.
Ooh.
The one that you've been wearing out. We'll do that one tomorrow. How about that? Is that good?
Yeah.
And then it
for
can
sure.
go out to the members too.
Huh?
Then it can go to the members as well.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. That one. The one that you keep rocking.
Yeah. I sent the instrumentals to you too for the one today.
Okay, great.
And that one.
Great.
AI blessed us.
Great. Awesome. Fantastic. So yeah, we'll play that one tomorrow. Cause that
What's
was
the name of that? Is it Walk Through the Valley? Or, I don't know.
That one's called hold on, let me find it. Valley of Cali.
Valley of Cali.
Yeah, so we'll play Valley of Cali tomorrow. And that song is like that is the essence of California. The beat is, I can't give away my plug on that one, but that is a Dre beat. And so we'll play that one tomorrow. You'll hear all Cali. You'll hear that song is just Cali. That song is all the way Cali. So we'll play that one tomorrow.
Did you say S1 was from Dallas?
Yeah, he lives here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so no, that song is called Valley of Cali.
Hyped up.
Valley of Cali.
Hyped up.
Valley of Cali.
Mañana.
Valley of Cali.
Play Yadaline. That's funny.
Play Yadaline is crazy. Like I went in
Yadaline.
I really don't remember what the beat was.
I think it's Funk Status.
Was it Funk Status?
Yeah, I think.
We've made like 14 songs off of this beat.
Yeah, beat those
So easy.
Hey, Cray responded. He just all he brought was hard. Yeah, you should. He said, I'll definitely rap on it.
You got the instrumental. Send
Yeah.
the instrumental to you.
Yeah. We'll get it.
Hey.
We'll get it. Yeah. Now that would be. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we did the no song to this too.
Ants in my pants.
What?
Really eat those bugs. We've made so many bangers.
Yeah,
off of
bro.
this beat.
That's
Make me
because
wanna dance.
that's because we freestyle artists up in here,
Say
bro.
no.
No, just
Get
pick
your
me.
no back.
Get your no back. Get your no back.
Get your no back.
Yeah.
Get your
Stand
no
tall.
back.
Stand tall. Stand tall.
Stand tall. Get your know back. Get your know back. Yeah, we have but that's how we get down,
Why
bro.
homeless?
White homeless.
Blue tart, blue tart.
Blue tart. Wild homeless.
Wide homeless is crazy sauce. So funny.
Keyshawn says, "Can y'all do another gaming hour tomorrow? Because it's Friday. That's what we did last week."
Man, that's dope too.
Hey man,
That's dope too, man.
yeah, not what. Well, I don't have another game to play right now that warrants it, but I'll do it again. We can figure it out. All right, baby. When'd you get in there? Oh, you went around the other side. Okay.
Did you wake up on time? A great day.
Oh, rare.
Young Savage.
Hey,
Come on now.
Good Friday, mañana.
Shout out Good Friday. Shout out Catholicism.
Yo.
Go, Julie. Go, Julie.
Oh,
Get
go,
your jersey on.
go,
Get your
go.
jersey
You don't
on.
want to get.
Go.
You don't want that.
Go,
Okay, roger that.
go. Dance like an Egyptian.
I love the Jersey Shore, by the way.
You-
Phenomenal
you've
show.
been?
No, the show.
Oh, the show.
Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
Snooki was my
Shout
favorite.
out Snooki.
Snooky.
Snooklet.
Snooklet is
Snookage.
It's Tim's face.
Don't do this to Hooli.
Hooli's already been.
Damn it.
I'm
infiltrated.
delusional. I have a headache. I'm delusional.
Oh,
right
you
now.
Nuggets.
have a
I
headache?
do. But I'll be okay.
I'm
I'll
sorry,
be okay.
but it's not a migraine.
No, it's not.
Praise
a migraine.
God.
Praise the
Yes.
Lord.
Shout out Julie's baby. Anaí.
Baby Karlovich.
Hooli. Julie's not having a baby.
Yes, Hooli.
Hooli is.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Anonymous Hooli.
Yeah, hilarious.
Anonymous Hooli is hilarious.
You're funny.
Shout out pregnancy.
Shut up.
They're just shouting out everything in the
Pregnancy
chat.
headaches are the worst. Yes, they are, Jennifer.
Hilarious. Propane tanks in the chat.
Hey, Nico Harrison said yesterday that he doesn't regret trading Luka.
First lie of the day, huh? Wow.
Man,
Girl's going through it.
and what was said is that he didn't even want to have that press conference. The owner made him,
Oh.
but it wasn't open to the public, and they couldn't have any recording devices in there.
Oh.
It's so weird.
Unsubmitted.
Prideful.
Submitted.
Man after his own ego.
Not a man after his own ego. I don't know, man. Maybe maybe he was the scapegoat. Maybe he was the sacrificial. Now behold the
Yeah.
lamb.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
And it was someone else behind him.
Your
yeah.
job.
I mean, because why would your owner make you do this?
Did Mark Cuban ever make a statement?
Oh, Mark said he would have never done it. Yeah.
By any chance, Tim, did you see the video of Mark Cuban when they were chanting "Fire Nico" and he was like cowering?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it must be uncomfortable.
It must be.
Shout out Mark Cuban in the chat.
Not Mark Cuban. Canes.
Shout out Canes.
Nah, we're talking about the whipping canes, bro.
Hey, I'm telling you, this nation should go back to whooping people.
Come on
It
now.
says I got ants for 7K. Hit me up.
Yo, I got ants for 7K. Hit me up. It's crazy sauce.
Great. That is great.
Just had some great calls today.
Dude, this was
How many
amazing.
calls did we get? 4 or 5?
We got 4, bro.
4?
The third caller called in at 11:20, so it was like smooth sailing.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 hours fly.
they really do.
They do. That time flies around here. It really does. It's I love what we do here.
Same here.
We do good work here. Hey, Hooli, you do good work here.
You did work, Coley.
Hector, you do really good work here.
I receive it.
Derek, you do really good work here.
I receive it.
My
Thank
brother.
you.
Hey,
Oh,
bro.
I didn't
I
see
love you.
it. I received it, Tim.
Tim Ross,
Tim,
Tim,
you do great work.
you do great work on
great
here.
work.
You do
Thanks.
great work.
Thanks. I was trying to establish eye contact with 3 people at once. When they have 2 eyeballs or 6 eyeballs looking back at me. 2 goes into 6 3 times.
Slang them ants, homie. Slang them.
Or 6
ants.
goes into 2. Hey.
Come on now,
Do
come
the
on
wop
now.
It's Thursday, Junior. We got it to ya. Do the wop. Do the Cabbage Patch. Do the Cabbage Patch. Do the Cabbage Patch. I'm Timothy Charles Ross. That's Hector Alejandro Guerrero. And that is Derek Santiago. This is Juliana with a headache. But baby Karlovich doesn't have a headache.
No, he doesn't.
Wide open. We'll see you Friday. My day. Bye.